Welcome everybody to our latest session of the Dragon of Icespire Peak. We're going to play session 3 today, so this is getting kind of interesting, getting more fun as our players have just leveled up to level 2, so we'll get to see perhaps some new features and abilities from our player characters here, and we will see what they're able to bring to the table. So doing a quick recap of our last session, we picked up last session with the group having been in this dwarven excavation area as they were exploring that area and letting know a couple of the prospectors there of the danger of the white dragon that has been spotted around this area. When they arrived there and explained this to the dwarves seemed to already be aware of this dangerous dragon and had indicated as such to the group, but also asked them if they would be willing to take on a sort of side mission, you might think of it as they asked the group to clear out some of these ochre jellies. So the group had done that in session 1. In session 2 we picked up where the group was right on the sort of edge of whether or not they were leaving this place or going to continue further exploring. The group eventually decided to do a small amount of further exploring, but had sort of made the decision to have a bit of a conversation, and we had our first sort of split of the party as some of the members headed a bit off to the west in order to get out of earshot of these two dwarven prospectors, and a couple other members of the group were back in the temple area, a pretty decent distance apart, all told somewhere around 100 feet-ish between the two groups at this point in time. And unfortunately, as is known to happen in D&D, when the party is split, bad things can happen. As the group that made their way out west there to get a bit of privacy noticed this group of orcs rushing through the doorway into the excavation area here. The orcs were on top of them very quickly, slashing out with their great axes and dealing some pretty significant damage to our group. The two individuals who were back in the temple area, which was Bryn, our barbarian, and who was, oh boy, I'm already drawn a Bramble. There we go. Bramble, the Haragon monk, who was also back there in the temple. And we're sort of doing a bit of investigation here. They tried to make their way back west to assist their allies. Unfortunately, these orcs kind of swarmed over the team and knocked several of them down to the ground, wounding them pretty badly. As the orcs continued pushing in, the group was able to make some damage to them, taking down some of the orcs, but all told, even with Bryn and Bramble joining the group, or joining the fight, I should say, the orcs did manage to take down all opponents. I believe the last one standing was Bryn the Barbarian, who made a very heroic stand, but unfortunately was not able to fend off these marauding orcs. Once the team noticed something a little bit odd, which was when the orcs actually knocked the player characters down and out and wounded them to a point where they were near death, it seemed as though the orcs were actually taking the time to stabilize them, and they later learned that this was because the orcs' plan was to sell these individuals into some type of slavery or bondage. So obviously they didn't want their property to be wounded and get slain here. So the surviving orcs then bounded up all of our surviving PCs. Everybody survived except for, unfortunately, Bramble. He had taken a pretty significant blow on that critical hit, and unfortunately the battle was raging all around him, and none of the orcs decided to take their eyes off of the very dangerous Bryn in order to stabilize the downed Bramble. So once this all occurred and the group members started rousing a bit, very wounded, beaten, battered, and sore, they found themselves all tied up in the corner here with the two surviving orcs still watching over them. The two dwarven prospectors weren't even bound. They seemed to have a lot of terror in their face and didn't look to be effective fighters in any way, and the orcs seemed to share this opinion as they were very unconcerned about these dwarves, didn't even bother binding them, just simply controlled them through fear of shouting. The group, as they started making their getting conscious, rousing once again, we had some different ideas from the group as we saw Kat sort of being very sneaky here and doing the best she could to throw off her bindings, slipping her hands and arms out of the tie-ups, and then even going so far as to assist some of her comrades to get out of their own binds. Bryn, once she became conscious, did not like the idea of being tied up here and seemingly with no concern for her own safety, shouted for the orcs, and one of them did approach and sort of grabbed her and took this gag off of her, at which point in time she tried to kick him in the shin, and he simply battered her head off the wall, knocking her unconscious once again. The group found themselves in this very bad position. They watched the orcs as closely as they could as the two orcs flayed their friend and cooked up Bramble for supper. And they watched then as each of these orcs getting a bit tired here. One of them sort of kind of drowsing, very drowsy and nodding off a bit. The other one, trying to be a bit more alert, did make his way outside to relieve himself at one point in time, and the group continued looking for their opportune time to strike. Eventually, it was Kurtu who decided, after being freed from his binds, to crawl over into this past this little foundation area, and then unleash a burning hand spell on both of the orcs. This turned out to be successful insofar as it killed the wounded orc and then wounded the other orc who was damaged. That orc, of course, very angrily then hopped in and knocked Kurtu out pretty easily. The group was without weapons, as their weapons had been taken from them, but Cat, being very creative and inventive, hopped over and grabbed the javelin from the downed orc and used that to strike out at the surviving orc. Seeing this, Talhoun thought, hey, great idea, and hopped over there and grabbed the downed great axe that the fallen orc had dropped, and thanks to the dwarves trying to harass these orcs and interrupt them, he was able to get advantage on his strike, and using his specialized knowledge of how to hit really hard with big weapons, he slashed out at the orc and slayed it with one very strong blow. This way our team was survived, again everybody except Bramble, as the group then got shaken free of their binds and were obviously very wounded, beaten, battered, upset, angry, any word you can really think of there, as they took stock of their current surroundings. Again, unfortunately, having lost Bramble there, they were quite sad about that. And then they made their way a little bit further into the temple after they got a bit of a rest in here. And they sort of slept into the morning, being that, again, so tired from all of these exercious events. They did make their way back in the temple a little bit, as the dwarves seemed eager to continue their search of why they were here in the first place. The group kind of poked around just very slightly, though the dwarves seemed to be wishing that they would kind of move on as they had solved the problems here. And it seemed as though there was a little bit of a tuss-up between Finn and one of the dwarves, Daslin, when Finn seemed to be expecting some type of thanks or reward for quote-unquote saving the dwarves, and the dwarves perhaps didn't see it exactly the same way. But the agreed-upon terms were honored, as the dwarves handed over the sending stones to the group and signed off on a document saying that they had been fully informed about this white dragon and they were aware of any dangers. The group then took the time to find the remains of Bramble, what little there was left, head outside, and after borrowing a shovel from the dwarves, gave him a proper burial with a word said over his grave and all. Upon returning the shovel, the group then decided to make their way back to Phandalin. As they made their way back to Phandalin, they got there without too much difficulty, noticing that the plain seemed to be pretty calm and, for the most part, safe. As they get back to Phandalin, they stopped at the Stonehill Inn and took some time to relax, unwind, massage their wounds, order some food, some drink, and get filled in on perhaps some of the latest gossip, as Toblin, the proprietor of the Stonehill Inn, informed the group that there was a couple interesting things going on. One, after a bit of prodding from Finn, he did mention that, oh yeah, there's this guy who looks like a turtle who happens to be in the inn, but Toblin couldn't remember exactly when he had got there, how long he had been there. But yeah, this was one of the things that was pointed out, and another was that there was a woman in town who was claiming to be Finn's mother and asked to see him. Finn found this quite curious, wanting to speak with his mother once again. He and Bryn headed out to the shrine, which is inside of Phandalin, where Toblin explained that she likely was, and they ran into this woman who turned out to not be Finn's mother, but was an older gnomish woman, and she explained that her name was Misa Whistlespell. She explained that she had heard about the group's activities, adventures, this little bit that they had done so far, and was pretty curious about the group and wanting to aid this area in whichever way that she could. There was a lot of perhaps shock or surprise on Finn's part that this elderly gnomish woman seemed to be wanting to assist about stopping this dragon. And Misa tried to do her best to explain that no, of course, she herself was not going to be the one to somehow defeat this dragon, but she was hoping if there was a group that was trying to investigate these going-ons and perhaps maybe would face the dragon, she would be there to aid them. She explained she did have some talent with healing magic. Eventually, after a bit of a discussion, Finn and Bryn agreed to take Misa back to the Stonehill Inn to meet the rest of the group. During that same time, the group had previously met Reggie, which is the turtle that Toblin had explained before, or Tortle, I should say, and Reggie had asked the group if he would be welcome to join them and partake in some of their adventures. And through some interesting role play and many drinks shared between the team, that agreement was sealed. The group then was able to get a long rest overnight, sleeping here in Phandalin, and wakes up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed in the morning. Anybody that still has any, or actually I'll just go ahead and apply this long rest through the script, and that will knock off any exhaustion that anybody might still be hanging on to. Alright, so everybody should have gotten that long rest. Indeed, we did learn what parry was, yes. So that is our recording there, or I'm sorry, that is our recap, guys. Is there anything anybody would like to add to our recap today?
Oh, yeah. It's very important. Well, you see, Reggie, he grows mushrooms off his shell, and sometimes it's off his elbow, and they're actually edible, which is pretty cool.
Yes, good addition here. The mycologist Reggie seems to, have some manner or mechanism for growing mushrooms off of his organic body here. Very interesting and stuff indeed. Good addition, Finn. Go ahead and take inspiration. Anybody else have anything to add? All right, if not, we will go ahead and award inspiration to Reggie as he is maintaining Reggie's research, which unfortunately previously was Bramble's logbook, but with that untimely passing, we now have Reggie's research journal to look forward to each week. Thank you for that entry there, Reggie, and please take inspiration for yourself. All right, guys, we find ourselves back in the town of Phandalin. Alright, so I'm imagining the group here is waking up bright and early at the Stonehill Inn. Do all of you feel like you're staying at the Stonehill Inn in one of these rooms, or any of you made alternative accommodations?
Well, I'll tell you, Finn would love to stay at the inn. It's full of excitement and good food, good company.
Alright, if you're choosing to stay at the inn, the prices are quite reasonable here. You can expect to pay 1 silver piece per night.
Great.
He doesn't always charge me for the closet I get.
Fair enough. Yes, as an employee of the Stonehill Inn, perhaps Kurtu has acquired very alternative accommodations, but maybe it's just enough room for the little kobold.
It's a big closet, so it's just fine.
What time of day is it, Adam? I mean, is it kind of more in the evening, or is it like late afternoon?
Based on the fact that you guys got your long rest in, I'm assuming after you got back to town and had all those drinks, it would be bright and early. Yes, we're looking at probably 7:30, 8 a.m. type of deal.
Yeah, Bryn will definitely have stayed in the inn.
Yeah, Reggie would have gotten a room, and he would have been unaware of the party here beforehand, and not wanting to get left or forgotten about because everybody was drunk. He will be bright and early, and he will have already ordered breakfast for everybody before they come down.
That's good low man work.
Excellent. As you have come down early here, Reggie, and spoken with Toblin, you have found that the menu today seems to be quite varied around the Stonehill Inn. Whatever you guys come on in here, seeing what perhaps they have to offer to the group. Today they have vegetable stew, salted hare and dried cabbage, boiled eel and curd cheese, pickled mutton and blue cheese, roasted lentils, or potage.
I will get everybody a stew and avoid the hare, except since it's salted, I'll buy just a little bit to give to Finn to take with us, because I know he'll want to have a snack. and the boiled eel. I'll get a couple of those, and then I'll ask for 2 raw eggs as well.
All right, altogether, these meals, on a rough estimate, let's call it 2 silver pieces, should cover you for everything you've requested.
I will tip 2 as well.
All right, Toblin seems to be, again, very consummate professional. He accepts your tip with a gracious nod of his head as he goes about getting your order ready.
And I'll just kind of lean with my shell back towards the fire and wait until everybody else awakes.
I'll come down first.
All right, Finnegan, you make your way down the stairs here in the Stonehill Inn, noticing your I don't know if a friend might be too early at this point, but recent companion, we'll say, Reggie, sitting at one of the inn counters here, as you notice a few patrons moving about, but it doesn't seem to be too busy this morning.
Hey, how's it going? Ronald, Reggie. Yeah. Did you stay in this chair all night? Any more mushrooms? What's that sticking out of your elbow? Oh my gosh! Don't get too close to the fire. You might.
I ordered you some breakfast. Yes, my mushrooms are still here.
That is so cool. I was thinking about that all night. Man, it's so amazing. Oh my gosh, Stu, thanks. And I'll just sit down with my feet dangling off the stool. It's just kind of unapologetically just start spooning it in my face.
Excellent. As you get to your food, who would like to come down next?
Bryn will.
All right, Bryn, you make your way down. I presume a very restful experience after all of this exertion the day before. You come on down feeling quite a bit better and notice your 2 companions.
Did you guys sleep well?
I carry my home with me on my back, so I tend to always find a good night's sleep wherever I go.
I always keep forgetting how big regular beds are. Oh, so much room.
Yes, it was good to get a recovery after all the events of the last few days.
Oh, Brent, that reminds me. I was thinking about this all night. Well, I was also thinking about Reggie's mushrooms. Really cool. But is your sword? Do you have your sword? Where's your sword? Do you have your sword? Can I see your sword?
Why do you want to see my sword?
Well, I've come up with something that I have to look at this, and I'm gonna pull out of my tinker's kit a grinding like a stone, but it's like a sharpening stone, but it's kind of almost, it's different. It has some magic infusions on it, and yeah, whetstone. Yeah, that's what this is called. I think I could make it a little sharper. I noticed that you could have done a little better with those orcs, and I think this would help.
You honestly expect me to give you my sword to let you mess with it, the one tool that I have to kill things with, and you want to mess with it? Why should I trust you?
Well, I don't know. Here, give me that knife over there, that butter knife. No, the next one. That is just a salad knife. I want the butter. Yes.
Here you go.
You have a lot of energy in the mornings, little one.
Yeah, I'm very excited. There's so much promise for today. Okay, go ahead. Now, cut into that cheese. Stinks, right? Now, I'm going to sharpen it a little bit, and you see a little glow from my whetstone. Not quite sure why it's glowing, and then now try. Cut that cheese. Can't mechanically actually cast the infusion on the knife, but I'm trying to roleplay this.
Sure, yeah. Maybe magical tinkering here, right? As a little illusory effect of a much sharper knife.
Interesting. Okay, here you go. But you better bring it back in better shape than when I'm giving it to you now.
Well, I'm not. I'm going to sit right here by the fire. It'll take me just a couple minutes. Here, I'm going to start rubbing on the blade, and I'm going to infuse Bryn's weapon with +1, so we'll have the enchanted weapon infusion to your sword. And I'll hand it back, and it's got a glow kind of on the blade. Is starting to fade as I hand it to you.
I just want to say that while Finn stepped away to sharpen the blade and do the infusion, although it doesn't take too long, I would have offered some stew and then some boiled eel to Bryn, because I know she can't just have vegetables. She's gonna need some meat. So I slide the eel over to her, knowing that she probably doesn't want to eat any of the hair.
Thank you, Reggie. That's very kind.
Yes, you didn't eat much last evening, so before we leave today, I figured a full belly would do you good.
I think it would do all of us good. We should order more food when the rest of the group gets down here.
I ordered something for everybody. Those eggs there, they're for Kurtu. I've got some packed up meats there, those for Finn, and I got some stew and some more meat for Kat and the big guy, the handsome one. I don't quite remember what he said his name was. He was quiet last time.
Talhoun? Yes. He's quiet because he doesn't know what to say.
Doesn't have the face for that, but whatever. I've ordered food for everyone, and I'm excited to join you all today. And I would assume at that point is probably when Finn comes bouncing back.
Yep, there you go. Should be much better. Hopefully it improves your striking ability. Oh, you gonna eat that bread?
As
Here.
Reggie, Finn, and Bryn sit at the table getting acquainted with their food and drink here, who would be the next one to come down?
I guess Talhoun. They were just talking about him.
Excellent. So as though speaking of him summoned him, you notice Talhoun making his way down the stairs.
Yeah, he's gonna come down like clanking his chainmail and his heavy boots are gonna be clanking all the way down the stairs. He's gonna look all groggy. His hair's all messed up with like this 5 o'clock shadow, and he's just gonna sit down and. Last night was crazy.
Yes. Why don't you have some stew there and get your bearings?
This isn't hair like the last time, is it?
No, I thought to be courteous today.
Very well, very well. Is there any coffee laying around anywhere, guys?
Probably would have ordered some kind of Java and some water for everybody. Yeah, I would imagine so. It is morning, Talhoun.
Perhaps a strange beverage made of some type, probably closer to a tea really than a coffee here. I don't imagine they have a whole lot of coffee beans here in Phandalin, but yes, they certainly have a caffeinated beverage of some type of, some sort of tea.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, I'm just gonna eat and sip, and I'm gonna look over and see Finn with his shade stone. Why did you keep that around?
What?
Whetstone, if you don't mind me asking.
Oh, it's just something I'm working on. I'm seeing if it's more like an experiment, really.
I see.
Don't tell Bryn because she thinks hopefully it works. I don't know if it's really gonna work, but it's all about believing in it.
I've seen you believe in spices, and I'll tell you, I miss the tea glow every day.
It should be fine. It should be fine.
Well, if you need another experiment later, I guess let me know. I'll give you my lance, and I give a little wink.
Oh no! A little too early to be taking your lance.
Do you guys remember which closet Kurtu was in? Perhaps we should wake him. He'll probably want his breakfast.
You see Kurto come out of the kitchen area and everything, and he'll come.
You guys are already awake. All right. I've already been busy working, earning my keep around here. It is time for breakfast. What you guys get me?
I slide 2 raw eggs across the table.
But it's Tuesday.
Yes, two eggs for Tuesday. That's what you said, right?
Well, thank you. I'll get my fish later. It's fish on Tuesdays.
Oh, I didn't know that. Two
He's just
fishes?
trying to be difficult. So
And well, maybe some stew there, if you want some stew, Kertu.
Shh! Don't say anything. But I've already been in the kitchen. That's where my room is, just to the side of the kitchen.
Just kind of stare at him because he said, "Shh, don't say anything." So I take it quite literally, and I just kind of stare at him and wait until he continues his story.
And perhaps about that time is maybe when Cat is coming down?
Yes, we'll probably stumble down around this time, looking a little groggy, having been completely shit-faced last night and dealing with the consequences. Pull up a chair. Not really talking to anybody, but like eyeing the eel pretty hungrily. If there's any eel left.
Yeah, there's eel and some stew. The stew will probably do you good, Cat. Something warm.
Thank you. Have we met? Who's this guy? I don't remember anything from last night. Reynold.
He's new. Remember from last night? He's the
remember.
new guy.
I don't remember anything from last night.
Oh.
Well, good to meet you, Reynold. Thank you for the stew.
Just kind of nod my head because Kertu hasn't said anything about speaking yet, so I just kind of like very slowly shake my head and close my eyes.
He's not used to people waiting on him to say they can speak, so it may be a while.
Yeah, it's just Reggie's trying to be super nice, so he doesn't want to offend anybody, and he didn't want to offend Kertu.
Yeah, Reggie was talking a bunch, and then all of a sudden he just was quiet again. So, I mean, Reggie, if you've got anything to add, I mean, feel free. I'm just going to eat, and thank you again for the lovely eggs.
I hope you enjoy, Kertu, and Cat. My name is actually Reggie. I'm Reggie Rockshell. It's an honor. And if you don't remember, we actually hail from the same isles. I'm from the Moonshay.
Oh. She'll kind of look you up and down. From the wilder parts of Moonshay, I imagine.
Yes.
There's value in that.
Indeed. But, yeah, we have stew and this tea that Talhoun seems to enjoy. But if you all don't have memory of last night, remember we spoke of walking to the windmill together and helping the acolyte, if that's okay with you all.
I have no objections.
Hey! Oh my gosh! Cat! Can I see your bow? I was up all night for a couple of things, thinking about the mushrooms, trying to sharpen, and so I tell you what, I think I can make your bow a little stronger. What do you think? What do you think about that?
If you promise to do so quietly, you can have whatever you want. I'll hand him my crossbow.
Okay, cool. I didn't realize it was a crossbow. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah. Okay, so, all right. So I'm just going to sit by the fire. I got my tinkering tools out, and you hear, like, little adjustments. And he's, like, moving the gears a little bit, and he's pulling the hammer back and draw. He'll be messing with that for a while.
All right, as you guys get again acquainted with one another after the events of yesterday and literally reacquainted with each other in the case of Cat, you will notice that the door to the Stonehill Inn opens, and you notice walking in is Misa. As a reminder of what Maiza looks like, she is an older gnomish woman with a bit of a bouquet of flowers in her hair. You notice she's actually holding onto a basket that seems to have a lot of different colorful flowers in it as well. You see she sort of enters and motions with her head, kind of doing a quick look around, spots your group, and you see that soft smile spreads on her face as she approaches. And you see she kind of looks towards your group and says, "Oh, good, you're all up. Good morning."
Good morning.
Good morning, Misa. I'm glad you're back.
Why, thank you. That is nice to hear.
Do you want some stew for
Oh,
breakfast?
no, dear. I already ate this morning. I'm ready to go whenever you are.
I think once Kat catches her bearings, we probably will be okay.
Yeah, Cat, try some of this tea. It's Earl Grey tea, hot. It's wonderful.
I'll stare at Talhoun as I take a drink of water.
I raise my tea glass and I just sip a little more.
Cat, you gotta wake up! Wake up!
Oh my god.
It's adventuring day, get up!
I'm getting there, Kirtu. You know my physiology. You know my physiology. My people sleep a lot.
I
know, you always said you sleep a lot plus an hour. I know, I remember.
That should do it! That did it! Here. Look, draw the hammer back and look at the trigger. The trigger press is much smoother. Do you feel that? Do you feel that?
I suppose, yes.
Oh, it's gonna be great. So mechanically, I gave you a magical infusion +1 crossbow, and then I'll go. Maiza, when did you get here?
Oh, just recently. Did you tinker with that device? Wow, how impressive! Good work, Finnegan.
Oh, you really think so? I mean, all I did was kind of see this gear here, and then the trigger here was just a little. It was catching on that, so I just had to get in there and just do a little tinkering. Oh my, it's much smoother now.
That's genius! Wow, that's amazing that you thought of that. Very well done.
Oh, you're so kind. I like you.
Yeah, well, he may that may be fine, but I mean, I learned a new spell. I finally figured out how to cast this barrier around me, so that way when the bad ogres and orcs try to attack me again, maybe they won't hurt Kurtu.
That's nice, Kurtu. I wouldn't
Yeah,
want to see you
he
into...
got jealous that somebody else was getting some attention and he was missing some, so, you know.
You know, she smiles as you're saying this, Kurtu, and she says, "Oh, I can't imagine anybody could get through those iron tough scales of yours."
It happens.
You'd be surprised.
Yesterday.
Well, I've already paid for breakfast, so if everybody's ready, we can head off. Does anybody need anything? Any stops at Bothan's?
I was thinking of getting a fishing pole. What if we find like a area to fish?
Wow, you're a skilled fisherman too. What can't you do, Finnegan?
We're gnomes. We can do anything we set our minds to, and I plop down on the stool with my feet dangling. No, I can't.
Well, why don't we stop really quickly before we make our way out of town? I've also got a couple of things that I can sell, and maybe save that money for something else.
Sounds good. And if we're gonna depart, Finn's gonna stand up on his stool, and he's gonna just look at the plates and take whatever leftovers he can. So mechanically, I do want to have some food in case I do cook or make a treat. It says I need to have something available, so I'm
Yeah.
just gonna grab some
As a-
scraps. Yeah.
No, as I see you trying to gather scraps, I just hand you this kind of wrapped package, and it's like brown, and I just kind of give you a wink, and I said, I've already taken care of that, little man. Inside, you'll find some salted meat.
Oh wow, thank you, Ronnie. You're so thoughtful. This would be great. I know just the kind of spices to put on there.
How about you just call me R?
Oh goodness, am I getting the names wrong again? It's something I do very often whenever I play these games.
It's okay. You just go with R.
Okay, no, I can remember. Okay, Reggie. Okay, let's go.
And you see Misa looks towards you, Finnegan, and says, "Oh, well, if you want help with your less awesome qualities, I would say just sometimes when you look at somebody, like look at their face, sometimes it's almost like you can see their name just below their face sometimes. I found that trick helps me sometimes."
That's awesome.
Actually,
Inspiration for you, Adam. Reverse inspiration for you.
really, Reggie should be more like me. And you know, like when I talk, I sometimes tell people that Kurtu did that. So then that way they remember my name.
That is incredible advice. I'll try my best to remember that. Reggie will try his best to remember that.
All right, so it sounds like the group is ready to exit the Stonehill Inn and make their way out into Phandalin, then, yes?
I think a trip to Barthen's before we head out.
All right, you guys grab your stuff and make your way out, perhaps wiping off your face from the last bit of food and enjoying that last bit of meal or drink, and make your way back out into Phandalin.
And I guess mechanically we'd refill our water skins that we're carrying and stuff as well.
Sure, yeah, we can assume you guys have done that. All right, so I heard trip to Barthen's. Was there something in particular you're looking to purchase, or was this just the resupply of food and drink?
I was hoping to trade in my leather armor. I don't need it. I don't really wear armor. I've just had it for a long time, and I figure I can trade it in and maybe buy some tackle for Finn's fishing pole.
All right, fair enough. So you make your way inside of Barthen's, and you will notice once again Barthen behind the counter here. You recall last time you were here, everybody except for Reggie, he had a couple of assistants, young men. I think they were actually more like boy-age assistants, and they were sort of in the back pulling stuff out, and this seems to be very similar to what you see here, as you can hear some stuff being moved around in the back, and you notice Barthen himself sitting here. You notice as you approach it, and you see he kind of cocks a strange eye as he looks towards you, Reggie, and says, kind of scratches at his head and says, "Well, I've seen a lot of different kind of people, but, not to be rude, but, what, are you?"
You can never be rude, friend. My name is Reggie Rockshell. I am what's called a turtle. I'm from the Moonshade Isles. I've come to town to study the landscape, adventure a little bit. We recently killed a couple of orcs. Well, not me, but my friends there behind me. And appears there's a white dragon that we're trying to warn folks about. What about you? Are you human, or I'm not quite sure. I don't want to be rude.
You notice he sort of kind of raises an eyebrow at you as the rest of you can see he is obviously human. He's like more of a lean guy. He's kind of balding, and he looks to be in his, middle-ish years, late middle-ish years. You see he nods his head and says, "Yes, yes, of course, I'm human. Elmar Barthen, nice to make your acquaintance."
No, nice to meet you, Elmar. My friend here, he's looking for a fishing pole. And some tackle, of course.
Yes, I carry that.
I've got a suit of leather armor here that I've been trying to get rid of. I don't have a need for it, as you can see. Maybe a trade?
Well, to be honest, I don't really, sell weapons or armor. I'd have to take this armor over to the Lion Shield Coster, sell it, and sometimes they give me a little bit of a hard time, you know, rival businesses and all that, so I probably wouldn't be able to give you what they think it's worth, but if you're in a hurry, I could give you something.
Oh, actually, Elmar, I was thinking, since, you know, this town here has no walls, and you are obviously a father, perhaps you keep the armor yourself.
You notice he kind of looks towards you and says, well, are you thinking about all those stories about that dragon?
Kind of. Like I said, my friends lost a companion to some of the orcs that have made their way down. I'm sure you've heard the rumor around town.
Yes, yeah, I did. I heard about some orcs getting stirred up out of their little hidey holes.
And your hidey hole, as you say, it is right here on the edge of town, so if they were approached from the north, well, they'd make their way past those farms outside and then right to you. So perhaps maybe this armor could offer you or one of your boys protection, and in trade you could offer us fishing and tackle, so we can keep ourselves fed on the road. A win-win for both of us.
Yeah, that seems reasonable enough, friend. So block and tackle for your leather armor.
Yes, please.
All right. As this agreement is struck, you see Elmar kind of turns his head and shouts back, "Eder, bring up one of the block and tackle. We got a sail." And you hear a little bit of jostling in the back, and you see this young man comes out and hands over a set of block and tackle, and he hands it over to you.
And then I kind of just take it from my hand and hand it to Finn, and then turn around and walk out, assuming we're done. I don't know if anybody else wants anything.
And obviously, I'm assuming you handed the leather armor over, so he starts prepping that, handing it off to his clerks.
Thanks, Reggie. Oh my gosh, it's perfectly balanced. Maybe I need to adjust a little where the string is attached to this loop, but I should be fine.
Well, you're doing a noble thing, keeping your companions fed. So I didn't need it, and it seemed like a fair trade, and he agreed.
Well, to be honest, Reggie, I only cook the fish. I'm not very good at catching it. I'm just trying to get lucky, really.
Don't worry. I'm sure between Kat and I, we have fished for many of years.
Excellent.
And
don't tell Misa, will you?
Sorry, mechanically, this would actually be considered fishing tackle instead of block and tackle, but yes, fishing tackle.
Just don't tell Misa.
Whatever you say. Does anybody else need anything?
No. Let's go.
All right, with those arrangements concluded, it sounds like you guys want to head over for Umbridge Hill. That, I believe, was the plan from last time.
I believe so. Right, everybody?
Is that the one with the
windmill and
the woman? Yeah.
Yeah. Something easy, hopefully.
All right, so big
we'll
question.
see about that.
Does anybody know how to get to Umbridge Hill?
I came in from the south, Adam, and didn't say it was from the south. Did I pass it maybe on my way in?
So several of us who have been here for a month or more, we've probably at least heard of it.
Sure. I would say heard of it, but knowing how to get there might be a little bit more challenging. One thing I can mention is that if you recall, this is the same mission that Misa was asking you guys to take up. Certainly possible she knows where it's at. As far as your question, Reggie, let's put it to the dice. Just give me a history check, so blind history roll.
Okay, let me just move my token over.
Yeah, I would say you probably did make your way by that way. You probably spotted it. It looked to be a pretty decent setup. It's kind of a building on a hill with a bit of like a pen or something like that on the outside. You probably spotted it. You know, it's more elevated as you were making your way up to Phandalin.
Perfect. So I'll happily lead you all there. Familiar with the way. I passed it on my way in.
Good enough for me.
All right, so you guys make your way out of Phandalin as you're heading to the south, knowing roughly where you're headed. All right, so for reference, we see you guys are currently in Phandalin, and Reggie, your recollection would be that Umbrage Hill is to your southeast. So just revealing this tooltip here.
As we kind of step out of Phandalin and, start slowly approaching that way, like we're, the beginning of our journey, I'm going to go ahead and switch from my town hands to my travel hands.
All right, adjusting the equipment loadout that you have, certainly.
Just for reference, Adam, when I click wooden shield on my sheet to equip it, it like disqualifies the natural AC. So I'm just going to have it unequipped in my inventory for now, but that's why I did the parentheses with the 1719.
So you can actually fix that, as well as do that for you real quick. In the gear cog section, you'll notice there's a checkbox for allow shields, currently not checked for you. I'll go ahead and check that for you, and now if you click your shield on, it should automatically update your AC.
Sweet, thank you.
No problem.
Oh wow, where's that? Allow shields.
Yep, so in the gear cog, you'll notice in the center, and this is really only for custom armor classes, because if you have armor and a shield, it will bake those in already. But our turtle friend here has a natural AC, so he has to use the custom AC option on the sheet.
Okay.
All right, so I assume you guys are just going to essentially take the most direct path to get to Umbrage Hill.
And as we go, as Finn's strapping on his pot lid to his pot as his shield, he's going to say to Miza, "So, what is it we're doing again?"
Oh, well, there's this apothecary lady. I think maybe she's like an alchemist, perhaps? She makes these drinks. We're just going to let her know about the danger of these rumors of the dragon.
So, what do you know about her? Are you friends with her?
No. I just heard about her when I first arrived in Phandalin, and, well, I must be honest, I thought of myself a little bit. Older lady out by herself, and, well, it just seemed like perhaps this would be very helpful.
Miza with the heart of gold.
And you notice she smiles as you say this.
As we're walking at him, I know that Reggie would know what the word umbrage means. Has he ever heard of the story of Umbrage Hill and exactly how it got that name? Because umbrage is not a good definition. I mean, it means like it's like annoying, right? Or like taking offense to something. Or I mean, there's like.
I mean, yeah, it can have different uses, but I would say, yeah, let's go ahead and make this another history check. Yes, you do recall perhaps having heard these stories or reading a bit of history in various books or oral tales. You would know that it got its name from two feuding dwarf clans who fought a pitched battle atop it. The cause of their umbrage is a tale lost to time, and only the cairns of the dead now remain.
So, a story for our journey. I will kind of try to go over that as we're walking, just for flavor.
All right, you guys are only outside of Phandalin by perhaps 5 minutes or less as you're making your way outside of Phandalin, when suddenly, Cat, you notice this particularly large shadow off in the distance, perhaps maybe 100 feet or more from your group. It seems to be moving rapidly.
Towards us or away from us?
I'm going to say away from you. So you're looking at it and you see it's moving in the same direction perhaps that you're going at the moment.
It's like ahead of us? Oh, well, obviously, if it's going away from us. Yes. I'll point it out to the group and maybe look around to see if there's any cover we can take nearby. Or.
All right, as you point this out to the group, you notice the shadow on the ground suddenly spins and starts making its way back towards you.
That's a problem.
Can we look up
Guys,
at him?
You can. As you look up, you notice a large whitish shape that seems to be gleaming in the sunlight. Feel free to position your tokens where you would like to be. You have left Phandalin moving south.
So it was Reggie that was kind of guiding us, right?
Reggie is leading the way, yes.
Okay. I'm going to stand wherever it is, right behind him, kind of, basically right here, yeah.
All right. So just give a couple moments here for anybody to move their token as they wish. All right, and with that, I'm going to go ahead and lock the tokens as this large gleaming shape in the air suddenly manifests itself as you can spot the form of a white dragon swooping down towards you.
Mechanically, would Maiza be back there by Finn since they were walking and talking at him?
I think she's good where she's at.
Okay.
All right, let's get some more appropriate music here. All right, so as this shape is coming down, right now it's perhaps 100 feet or more in the air away from you, Bryn, as you are the first to react.
All right. Does it look like it's aggressively coming towards us?
From 100 feet or more away, I would say what you spot is this large gleaming dragon that seems to be flying very quickly in your direction.
All right, I'll stand my ground and ready my greatsword to attack if it comes within my range and looks like it's going to attack me or any of my friends.
Okay, fair enough. And Finnegan's turn.
Finnegan's gonna be like, is it gonna breathe on us? I heard they could breathe on you. So he's gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20 to there and take a dodge action.
All right, Cat.
All right. Oops, that's not the right tool. So, hearing that, I will also back up. I don't think it's gonna fit on the map, but I'd like to be, where am I at? Here. 10, 30. If I can just move like 30 feet back and ready a crossbow shot if the dragon comes within 5 feet of one of my friends.
Just for ease, let's keep it to map area, but you can certainly move west if you're trying to just get separation from the group.
I'll just move back for ease of use. I'll just move back directly 15 feet backwards.
Okay, fair enough.
And as soon as I select my token, and then I'll ready that shot if the dragon comes within 5 feet of any of my friends.
Okay, so if the dragon comes within 5 feet of any of your friends, you're going to shoot it.
Yep.
Got it. Okay, sure. That'll work for a ready to action as we move to Kurtu.
Yes, it's a dragon! That's awesome!
So I'm going to yell in case the dragon can hear me. You know, it's pretty far away, but I'm going to say,
Hello, glorious white dragon! Do you know where any gold dragons are? I'm looking for Fakastra.
And you're shouting this in common?
no, draconic.
All right, you shout
Oh.
this in Draconic up into the air as this dragon is 100 feet away from you, hoping maybe it hears you.
Hey, you never know, right? You know, I'm going to play my character.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. And knowing that not all dragons are always friendly, I am going to go ahead and Adam, I don't know what this area is over here, but I'm assuming that I'm going to go ahead and kind of just go, you know, try to hide kind of thing over here in this area a little bit.
Sure, yeah. So think of that as a slight change in the elevation. If you get further to the southwest, you might even be able to duck underneath that rock outcropping. Yep, just like there.
Yeah, okay, so I'll go ahead and do that.
So mechanically, are you trying to hide as your action?
I'm just trying to get into an area that gives me some sort of cover.
Okay,
Not
fair
high,
enough.
if that makes sense. You know,
Yeah,
'cause
yeah, I'm with you.
I'm playing my guy, right? You know, he's not exactly all there, right? So, but as far and I can't ready an action for a cantrip, right?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so I will ready a firebolt just in case he attacks.
So your trigger here is if he attacks one of your companions.
Correct. Yes.
All right,
thank
so
you.
keeping in mind that you're by this rock outcropping, you really wouldn't be able to easily see anybody to your east. I would say you can certainly see Cat at the moment, but if he attacks yourself or if he attacks Cat, you would get your ready to action. The others, you're not going to really be able to make out.
Well, if I see him throwing a breath weapon up high or something, well, I mean, we'll just play it out. I mean, you know, you never know.
Yeah, fair enough. Just want to make sure you understand the limitations of that ready to action.
Yep, fair enough. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, so that will be your turn. So move to Reggie.
Okay, Reggie is going to move to this spot over here by this rock, and he's going to try to crouch behind it and point his direction towards where Bryn and Talhoun is, and he's going to ready an action. If the creature lands in his on the ground, like in this general area, right? If he lands in front of Reggie, Reggie's going to cast the Entangle spell.
Okay, sure. All right, you notice Maiza moving as quick as her little body can take her, but she also starts shouting, and she says, I heard somebody in town say you gotta hit him and he'll go away. And you notice she kind of focuses. She looks up there and jumps back into this bush, and you can see she's actually incanted a spell, and she's holding it. As we move to Talhoun.
Gotta hit him. All right. And when I hear Finn yell that, you know, hide yourself, it could blow us up, I think that's my cue to follow Kurtu here, and I'm just gonna drop down and take cover, brace for impact. But also ready. Is he big enough? I'll ready an attack if he gets within 5 feet of me.
All right, fair enough. Okay, you notice the dragon comes swooping down, and noticing the two of you kind of head over to this rock outcropping, noticing the two of you bunched together, he comes over here, still in the air a good distance. As he's getting closer and closer to the ground, you see he does indeed suddenly unleash this breath weapon. However, just before that, so Maiza's got her readied action, and she will quickly cast a spell. As you see her reach down for this like pouch at her side, and she throws this dust, and you're thinking, there's no way this dust can reach the dragon, but it does, as this dust flies very quickly through the air and tries to affect the dragon. And it does indeed, as you see this dust starts ripping into the dragon. Alright, as the dragon gets to here and unleashes this terrible breath weapon on this rock outcropping, because of you guys' covered shelter here, I'm going to say you automatically are going to take half damage from this, and if you succeed on the save, you'll take a quarter damage. However, the terrible breath weapon suddenly strikes this rock outcropping, and I will need both Kurtu and Talhoun to make Constitution saving throws.
Cow.
Okay, Kurtu, you managed to succeed, suffering 1/4 of that damage. That is going to be 10 points of damage. Talhoun, unfortunately, you fail. That is going to be 21 points of cold damage, as this icy avalanche just covers this area and freezes it very badly. As the dragon unleashes this breath weapon, you notice it continues swooping by, and if anybody's ready...
Attack?
Yeah. Yes, well, your ready to action, remind me one more time, was if it attacked anybody, essentially, right?
And I can prove it happened.
You can indeed, right? Yes, go ahead and make your firebolt attack. Your firebolt singes out towards the dragon. You watch it as he's flying, and you're hoping it strikes, and luckily it does. Go ahead and post damage. All right, this firebolt strikes into the dragon and wounds it as it hits it right in the tail.
I'm just looking for a cool dragon!
He didn't land, right, Adam?
He did not land, no. As we move to Bryn's turn.
Okay. Noticing that the dragon didn't land, how far above the ground was he when he swooped down?
About 30 feet, and that's where he remains now.
Okay. And this rock outcropping, is it kind of a ledge that's over Kurtu?
That is correct, yep.
Okay. Bryn will sheath her greatsword, scoot right there, and hurl a javelin at the dragon.
So slight mechanical change there. I'm going to say you move here, drop your greatsword, that's free, then interact with the object to grab a javelin, then throw it through the air.
Copy that.
Your javelin sings through the air. It has a 30-foot limit. Let's see where we're at. Just within reach, so yeah, that is going to connect. Go ahead and post damage. All right, yes, that javelin pierces into the dragon's tail once again. As we move to Finnegan's turn.
Okay, Finnegan's shaking hand is going to reach into his pouch of pebbles. And he's going to grab a pebble and cast his magic stone as a cantrip as a bonus action. And then it's within range. He's going to 60 feet. Do I need to get closer? He's 30 feet in the air.
Nope, you're good.
Okay, then I'm going to throw a rock at it.
All right, your rock sails through. I'll ask you to go ahead and post back to public, so you're not posting to GM, but unfortunately that one is going to miss.
Okay, and then I'm going to move further away. I know our friend's down, but that's going to knock me down too. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to there.
All right, Cat's turn.
All right, I'm close enough to shoot without disadvantage, right? I should be.
I think you're light crossbow, so 80. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm taking the shot, and this is kind of important. We get 2 hit dice now, right?
Yeah, level 2. You have 2 hit dice. Yep.
So I will spend a hit dice to amp this.
Nice. Okay, at HD on top of your attack roll. All right, go ahead and burn an HD.
Probably doesn't matter.
It does not. Yeah, you hit it naturally, but yeah, go ahead and burn one of those HDs just so it gets off your sheet. And you can just click the hit die right on your sheet. It won't give you any HP or anything like that back. That's turned off, but that'll burn the die, and we can see what you got. Maybe it'll be fun to be like, oh, look what you could have got all the way up to, right? But, okay, there we go. All right, and yes, that bolt strikes out. I don't think it will qualify for sneak attack, but the piercing damage will
not qualify.
All right, so that bolt is actually going to catch the dragon in the side. As you see, it hits into one of those scales. Doesn't quite penetrate, but you can see it certainly struck it and wounded it.
And then I will move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Just trying to get a little farther away from it. That is my turn.
All right, Kurtu's turn.
All right, so in Draconic, I'm still yelling at the white dragon, trying to, see what I can do. But I'm gonna say,
Don't eat us! Don't eat us! We're friendly! We love dragons!
and anyway, so then I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay, fair enough.
He's still afraid of it, So.
Well, Adam, that should be 5 damage, by the way. It should.
Okay, yep, I got
got
it.
an extra point somewhere.
I'll give
there.
him one back.
Hey Adam, on the since I'm using a spell, I can't remember, so please help me on this. Am I able to use a hit die on that as well, since it's an attack modifier?
If it's an attack roll, you certainly can.
Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and use one of my hit die on mine too.
Sure, yeah, so go ahead and post your attack roll, and then go ahead and throw the HD on top of that. Once again, yeah, you actually won't need that HD, but go ahead and burn it anyway, as that firebolt strikes naturally. Nice. Would have been all the way up at a 27.
I just want people to see that I can roll high sometimes. I mean, just in case.
Oh, actually, you know what, too, guys? I just realized when you born it as the HD, it's going to add your con mod in there. So just roll the die normally moving forward. Hasn't mattered so far, but that'll be easier so we can see the actual number. Okay, yeah, so that firebolt certainly hits. Go ahead and click on that firebolt, post some damage. All right, that fire is going to singe its underside.
All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and move some too.
Sure.
And that'll end my turn.
All right, you're stepping through this icy rocked ground here, as you can just see, almost like it's covered in snow and ice. Your feet crunch underneath of it as little chunks of ice clatter and break apart from your stride. Reggie's turn.
Okay, so if I move to here, Adam, would I be able to see Talhoon's down body?
I don't think so, no.
So then I will move. That's only 20, so I think if I move to here, though, I should be able to see it, right?
I would say yes.
Okay, then from there, I will, you see, Reggie currently is, he's got his shield equipped, and in his free hand, you see he kind of, reaches back behind his back and plucks one of the, mushrooms off, and he holds it up in the air in his palm, and he says, Salube! And, he's gonna cast Healing Word on Talhoon.
All right, nice. That one's just verbal, so no extra hand needed there, but yeah, I like the descriptive effect. All right, that Healing Word will touch upon Talhoon, who is restored 7 HP.
Yeah, it's like the little fungal spores. It's like a dandelion. It kind of like shoots out in his direction and kind of lands on him. And he has these tiny little microscopic mushrooms growing out of him, but it's all over where his wounds are, giving him back a
Nice.
little.
Dandelion heal. Yeah, that's quite creative. I think you already have inspiration, but yeah, very, very cool.
Thank you. And Salube is Russian. I mean, not Russian, but Latin for healthy. And Chill Touch for the dragon.
Yes, that is a 120 foot. That is certainly going to reach. And yeah, that will connect.
It's not a normal hand. It's like a little turtle claw.
Turtle claw. Okay, nice. All right. Yes, you will notice that the dragon is struck by the turtle hand and wounded.
Yeah, so that's action, bonus action, movement, exhausted. I don't like the fact that we're in a line, so right before the end of my turn, I'll say, Misa, he probably knows you're in the bush. You should run away.
Oh, thank you, dear. Yes, I know. I can see. And you'll notice she will quickly cast another pouch dust over towards him. Yeah, she is able to affect him once again as you see this dust settles upon him and seems to, it almost looks like little, if you guys know those pop things that are little, you throw them on the ground and they just snap. Imagine like a bunch of those little snapping things just kind of cascading on him.
That's cool, Adam.
Alright, that will wound the dragon, and then Misa will indeed take that advice and try to get a little fur away. Alright, Talhoon, you are laying prone on the ground, but life has just been flooded into you as you're restored from that healing word. What would you like to do?
Okay, how far up off the ground is he?
30 feet.
Wow.
Just go right under him. What could go wrong?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I cast Power Word Kill. Jeez, I'm gonna get up. Half my movement. Stand up. Do I have a point of exhaustion? Yes, I do.
You do, yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna move right there. Oh man, and you know what? It can't hurt anything. I'm gonna take the dash action.
Okay.
And end up like just trying to spread out. I'm gonna end up right here and brace for impact.
All right, fair enough. You get yourself off to the side. Okay, you notice the white dragon turns in the air as it's making its way over, ascending in the air, getting closer and closer. As it makes its way over here, you notice it soars past Finnegan to the east, far off of the map. All right, guys, mechanically, it is about 80 feet away from you, so you can certainly try to do anything with it in that range if you like. Otherwise, we're technically out of combat, as it seems as though the dragon is continuing to fly to the east.
Looks like it's running. I'm not gonna fuck with it anymore.
Oh yeah, I'm with you. I'm with Jordan.
Yeah, nope.
Kurtu runs over towards where it was taking damage, and I'm looking for scales or any dragon stuff, anything that I can count as a conquest.
Sure, yeah, give me an investigation check, I suppose, as you scan around here.
I want to find some dragon stuff.
No. In a future, that'll be a blind check as a reminder, but
Yep.
no, you don't find
Yeah,
anything.
sorry, I'm always happy to switch back and forth, and I keep on forgetting. But yeah, thanks.
No worries. Yeah, you don't find anything of interest on the ground here.
Can Reggie try to chip away at some of the ice and collect some from where the attack was?
Sure, yeah, you start heading down toward the ice here. It is a decently warm day, so this ice looks like it's starting to fairly quickly begin to melt, but it's not instant before your eyes. So yeah, if you're just trying to get chunks of ice, you could certainly retrieve some of those. And Bryn, yes, you can certainly collect your javelin. You just have to spend maybe 30 seconds or so looking around on the ground here, a little section of taller grass, but she is able to locate it.
And she'll pick up her greatsword, of course.
Of course, yes.
Talhoun, are you okay?
Yeah, and he's kind of like looking all grumpy, and he just, yeah.
You guys, if you want, you take a little rest. I could cook us something, and it'll make us feel a lot better and give us some more health. Just need
Hey,
an hour.
Did you guys see that? I got hit by a dragon and I live to tell about it. I can't wait to tell all my friends.
Well, we've certainly confirmed the rumors are true, at least.
It flew right over my head. I almost wet myself. Wait, no, was that out loud?
It's also quite close to Phandalin, I mean.
That dragon, if it gets its hands on Phandalin.
It won't be good. They have no garrison, they have no ballistae or large crossbows, or it makes me worried that Adam, did it look like the shadow after Kat pointed it out? Was it coming in the same direction as what I believe to be the direction of Umbrage Hill?
No. On further analysis, you're guessing it was flying from the east to the west, likely spotted your group, and then did a big swing around to come back towards you.
And do I know about... I'm assuming we still got a pretty decent walk to get to Umbrage Hill, huh?
You do indeed, yes. You guys were only about 5 minutes outside of Phandalin before this occurred. Based on your memory, you think it's going to take you a little over 3 hours to get to Umbrage Hill.
I mean, we can stop and walk, but we just ate breakfast.
No, this is like little things you can eat. It's not entire food, but you can eat it during this. If you guys are hungry, we can wait.
Well, Maza, you said you have healing abilities. Is there something you could do? Maybe for Talhoun? I could take care of Kurtu here.
I could, if that's what we want to do. Yes, I could try to help a bit. I would also like to point out that we all did so well. We hit the dragon many times. I think we really hurt it.
Yeah, and just Talhoun kind of like coughs up blood.
I was hoping it was friendly, though.
Do you think it'll be back?
I hope so.
I look at Kurtu and I say, well...
Kurtu's like the only... he's a
what do
poor
you...
friend.
what do you know about white dragons, my friend? I mean, are they all different? I mean...
Well, for what I know about them, Firebolt works well against them.
It did work well. You have great aim, my friend. Adam, do I know if anything specific about the different types of dragons? Like, I mean, Kurtu is obviously a golden and he talked about wanting to find a gold dragon. Do I know the difference between a gold dragon and a white dragon?
Give me a blind arcana check. I don't think Kurtu is particularly familiar with dragons based on this roll, so no, I don't think he would know much about the difference.
That was R that did that roll.
I can't believe that was
Reggie. Yes.
I can't believe that was a dragon. I've only read about them. Is this the first time I've seen one? Has anyone else seen one in their lives?
Read stories.
Kurtu will start talking about the gold dragon, blah blah blah, and just really not realize that you guys talked about the, if you say, hey, what about the, you ever seen a white dragon? I've seen a gold one, and da 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 da, go on and on about its gold one. So.
Well, if you guys are ready to keep going, we can. I'm good with that.
Hey.
It depends. I mean, I'm not injured, so I can keep going, but it's not me that looks rough. And I look over at Talhoun, trying not to be rude.
Oh, yeah, that I was going to ask. Adam, mechanically, do you still do the short rest, constitution saving throw kind of thing?
To shake off a level of exhaustion?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I feel like exhaustion this early in the trek is going to end up being a problem. I vote we take some kind of just chill out and hang out, if possible.
Well,
That's maybe a good idea, because if we're traveling far ways, we want our party to be 100%.
Exactly.
The dragon could come back.
That sounds fine to me.
Might I suggest that we don't rest right here, though? I would hate to think we would be right where we just fought it. Maybe we walk a little bit and find somewhere to rest.
I agree.
That is also a good idea.
Come on, then. Let's keep going. We'll keep our eyes open for something that looks a little bit homey. Alright, so you guys find yourself trekking overland, making your way to Umbridge Hill. You travel for about 30 minutes or so, making your way a little bit closer, when you can see that there is a small section here where there's kind of like a few copses of trees. You kind of quickly analyze this and think, well, hey, this might get you a little bit of cover from anything that's flying overhead. It looks relatively welcoming.
this'll do just fine.
Are there signs of any other activity like on the ground or anything? Or does it look like this is just an empty little stand of trees?
Give me a survival check, blind check, as you take a peek around here, seeing if you can find anything.
Oh, that's not a blind check. But, well.
Yep, no worries. I'll take that. But yeah, go ahead and set yourself back to public, and then blind check. Yeah, you just drag your token on, click it, and hit that blind check button. But no, Kat, you don't detect any signs of any kind of habitation in this area, other than probably what you would normally expect to see. Nothing stands out to you.
Looks safe enough.
Then fine. I put my backpack down, and I'm going to spend maybe 5 minutes looking around for any vegetation or natural mushrooms or onions around. I just want to get used to my character always looking for food.
Sure, yeah. So you're looking specifically for anything that's edible?
Yeah, sure.
I had actually moved my token onto the screen to do the same, Adam, so could I just give him the help action?
Sure,
to do a little
yeah.
foraging.
Yep.
And
So-
me being a mycologist, I'll try to be extra specific in my search for mushrooms. Edible ones, of course.
Okay, yeah, so I will ask then, Finn, go ahead and give me a perception check. Are both of you proficient in perception?
I am, and nature, both.
I'm not proficient in perception, no.
Alright, so you're trying to help here, Reggie, but Finn seems like he's pretty much got this and kind of spotting things before you're able to point anything out. So it doesn't look as though any aid is really granted here. You are able to, and looking for any kind of food type stuff here, you find what looks to be some mushrooms here, and you're probably familiar with these. Being a cook, you would know that this is what is referred to as Angel's Trumpet. So think of a purest of white trumpet shaped with yellow stems growing on vines that wrap themselves around trees.
Wow, Adam, you do your homework, man.
I knew you were going to try something like this, so I found a supplement.
Oh. Hey, look at these. They're different than yours. I wondered, can I eat the stem and the crown?
I would have to say, from my knowledge of the angel trumpet mushrooms, I think they're commonly used for cooking, so you should be just fine.
Yes, they are, and I pop one in my mouth. Haha, and a big smile on my face.
So you're going to try to extract this angel's trumpet from around the tree, then?
Oh, yeah. I'll grab my dagger and start doing it.
All right, fair enough. So maybe not being super familiar with these, as you get close and you start trying to extract this, you realize there's this real pleasant, sweet smell. However, as you're inhaling this smell, I will need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
I thought you said I was very familiar with it.
I say you're probably familiar with this name and like the view, but not necessarily with all of the effects of it. All right. Okay, yeah, that you could have rolled public, but I'll take that as a wisdom saving throw. So unfortunately, you will fail this save, and having done so, group, you're going to notice as Finn here, and trying to cut out this angel's trumpet mushroom, he kind of like blinks and does one of those shakes of his heads, and you see he's like almost shaking a little bit. You get the impression of like a terrified dog or something that just kind of shakes in a corner and doesn't really move much. He's just kind of frozen here.
Can I do a medicine check to look him over, see if it's a curable effect?
Sure, yeah. Give me a medicine check. Again, that one you can just roll public. Or actually, that's a skill check, so no, that one you should roll blind check. Yeah, so looking at him, it looks as though he is quite confused, in fact. He's kind of, his eyes are darting around in different directions. You get the impression of almost like a paralytic agent has occurred here, but more enhanced than that, as he looks to be quite confused in his current state.
I can't get a bead on any kind of like if I cut this mushroom off successfully and go and cook it, do I think it might be able to help him out a little bit?
You lean back, taking like a deep thought here of what could I do to counter this? Could I do this? Is there anything I could do? When suddenly you notice Finn just kind of shakes and seems completely fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I thought that was a normal mushroom. What happened?
You moved too quickly. Remember what I said about moving so quickly in the morning, right? If you would have let me finish. They have a defense mechanism where this kind of sweet, succulent smell, and it entices prey in. It's more for insects, but I guess it confused your size.
Oh. Was I able to get it anyway, Adam?
I imagine this is like as you're approaching with your little dagger here and like kind of eyeing the stem and trying to make sure where you can cut to get the most of the mushroom off is when this occurred. So you haven't actually extracted any of the mushroom.
Well, I don't know. You want to touch it? I guess I can't.
Well, I didn't bring a herbalism kit or any kind of trimming kit with me to have an advantage on helping with this, so I would say it's probably best for you to leave this one alone. If you're so keen on making snacks, perhaps maybe that salted meat I gave you.
Yeah, I know. I'm just curious. Sorry, I can use the stuff you gave me.
It's okay. Curiosity is good.
But you're right. Let's go make the food without these mushrooms.
Slowly following back at him. But before I leave, I just turn around to see if I can simply cut one off quickly. I'm gonna use like my claws and try to scoop and cut.
Okay, so it sounds to me like you're just approaching this and trying to cut it at the stem.
Yep.
All right, yeah, you will certainly get a same whiff of this smell, and I will need the wisdom saving throw from you as well. That, again, you can just make public. Yeah, all right, so you can feel the smell kind of hitting your nostrils, taking it in, but doesn't seem to have much of an effect on you as you try to cut this. Again, this is going to be a bit difficult, so I will ask for a blind check. You said you don't have any kind of tool proficiency as far as like herbalism or anything like that?
I mean, I got a small knife that I use for all sorts of things, but it's a stone knife. I don't carry any kind of metal with me. I'm proficient with herbalism tools. I just don't have the kit on me.
All right, fair enough. So I'll blind check. I will take this at disadvantage as you're trying to cut this out without the proper tools. Yeah, as you're trying to cut this properly so you can recover most of it, it seems like you're having a bit of time, maybe through frustration, or for whatever reason, you end up kind of yanking at this and breaking it apart, and it kind of crumbles in your hands.
Try to just kind of like brush it off on my body and make my way back to where Finn's going, where the camp is.
All right, fair enough. You make your way back over to the group, and I imagine you guys at this point are really just trying to get a bit of a rest in at this point, right? Just kind of catching a breather.
I think so.
Yep. And I'm gonna try to cook some food for us.
All right, applying a short rest there. As a reminder, based on our house rule, you guys can go ahead and set your HP to max now. Finn, you can do your short rest situation as well. The rest of you guys, again, house rule, max 2 short rests per day. So you guys have spent 1 of your short rests for the day.
All right, guys. So I know we just ate, so I made small amounts of this stuff, and we got some salted meat here. But it should be really, really good. I have these spices here, and he's got a cooking utensil. He's got his towel whipped over his shoulder, and he's very happily serving everyone. And you guys, I can get 6 out of this. So I will give everyone, I guess, except Miza, sadly. Oh, you know what I'll give Miza? I'll give her one of my treats, Adam. One of my 2 treats I can make after a long rest. And it's only 2 temp hit points though for her. Misa, you can have this. It's just a little snack. I know you said you just ate and you're full, so I think this would be better.
Oh my goodness, how lovely! And you see she takes this from you with a big smile.
Oh, good. Okay, guys, eat up real quick and while you rest. So you get a 1d8 temp hit points, guys.
Nice roll so far.
Oh.
Spoke too soon.
It's simultaneous, not too soon. Okay? Don't put that bad juju on me. Who's left? Victor?
I think he said he was
away.
AFK. Yeah. Had to take a call.
We'll let him roll once he gets back.
Hey, Adam, real quick, mechanically, I have a pouch and I'm putting pebbles in it. Because I imagine that with my magic stone, there might be situations where there's none around to grab. So I have a pouch. How many pebbles do you think I could store in my pouch? Just kind of ammunition, so to speak.
I think as long as you don't go crazy with it, I'm okay to say that you have pebbles on demand. If it gets to some strange situation where this would not logically make sense, we'll address it then.
Okay, roger. Thank you.
So I imagine as we're walking, you're just picking one up, looking it over, dropping it, picking one up. Oh, that's good. And then putting it in the pouch.
Yeah, he's incessantly curious and running around, almost not paying attention.
Well, if everybody's feeling better, I can show us the rest of the way. No problem. Maybe if we get a move on, we can get there and back before sundown.
Lead the way.
Right.
All right, as you guys continue making your way, Talhoun, welcome back. Go ahead and roll a d8 for your temp HP, and go ahead and make a con save to see if you can shake off that level of exhaustion. You certainly can. All right, so you drop that level of exhaustion, and you gain 5 temp HP. All right, you guys continue making your way towards Umbridge Hill. You notice as you're getting closer, you think you have spotted that exact location. Built on the slope of Umbridge Hill is an old stone windmill surrounded by an iron fence. Based on the direction that you guys are coming from, you can maybe just make out the edges of the fence here. You're getting closer. I'll go ahead and put you guys on the map. All right, so some of you will have a different view depending on what exactly you're seeing, but some of you, at least through this area up onto the hill, you can notice a large winged monster with a spiky tail is trying to knock down the windmill's front door. A woman appears in a second floor window looking over towards you and waving and yells, "A little help!"
What'd she say? Hey, Misa, did you hear that?
And you see she looks and says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear her. She's so far away."
Yeah.
Who are you
I
guys?
think he said help.
Yeah, I heard help, personally. Perhaps we should move up there and obviously avoid that winged thing.
Is it the dragon? Misa, is it the dragon? His affinity towards her obviously grows as a gnome.
And you notice she's kind of squinting her eyes as she's trying to look that way and says, I don't think so, but it's hard to see." All right, as you guys are making your way closer, you can hear the sound now of scratching and bashing.
What else is around, Adam? I'm going to take a look at, around. It's a big area. Is there anything else?
Yeah, let me give you a brief explanation as you guys are making your way closer here. So each of these lines is climbing in elevation. So you can think of each of these lines you see as going up about 10 feet or so. So here, you're all at base level. Once you get to this line, you're ascended about 10 feet. Once you get to here, about 20 feet. Over this way, it'd be 30 feet. So you guys are slowly making your way up the hill. You're kind of climbing up, getting closer and closer. Again, you notice the building itself. It looks to be a 3-floor windmill. You would guess by looking at the structure on the outside here. And you can see this iron fence is on the far side, or the east side, of the windmill itself. Hard to make out much other than that so far. Perhaps I would say maybe the other thing that you definitely spot would be the cairns that are further to the southeast. This might bring into attention that story that was previously shared with you by Reggie. So we're going to go ahead and pause here to put you guys into initiative order. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that this is a combat, but I'm going to ask that you move in initiative order just in case that is what should happen.
And then, Adam, I don't think this is anything because you didn't mention it. What's this?
That is nothing. That's just a second part of the map that they've particularly hidden out to make it easier to have everything on one screen.
And then another real quick. What side of the windmill is the actual blades?
They are on the west side of the building.
Okay.
So just to make sure that's like over here, right?
Yes, that is correct.
I know that some of these modules have weird maps.
Yeah, it's never a bad idea to ask, but yes, that is correct. All right, so we are in initiative order. Like I said, this doesn't necessarily mean it has to be combat, but this is getting us in turn order in case that is the way it should happen to go. So we will start with Reggie.
I don't see the creature anywhere. When we were coming up the hill, was it on this side or was it on this side, haggering the woman?
You saw it kind of maybe just shadows in the fence area.
Okay, so I'm gonna make my way up a little bit to Talhoun here, and can I see the woman in the window better now?
You can. She's on the second floor of the windmill and waving at you in a very frantic gesture.
I'm gonna look up at her and say, What? Are you okay? Is something attacking you? I mean, we saw some kind of shadowy winged thing. Are you all right?
She tries to point, but it's hard because there's this like narrow window, and you end up getting this almost like hitchhiker thumb as she's trying to gesture to the east, and she says, "It's trying to get in! It's trying to get in!"
Oh goodness. Okay. So I'm gonna move up to here. Do I see anything?
I think probably through the fence you can make out something. It's this large, leathery-like body, perhaps, and you might see some flailing of wings, but it's hard to make out too much from that angle.
Okay. Well, just as I walk up, I'm going to pull my shield up and kind of, you see all of his limbs kind of pull closer into his shell, and his neck gets slightly shorter, and he kind of hunkers down closer to the ground, and he's going to take the dodge action.
All right, fair enough. Misa, with her little legs, is trying to catch up as she continues moving this way, and she kind of heads over by Finn here, and you see she's looking that way, and she says, "Oh, I hope we can get to her." From the other,
we will.
From the other side of the building, you can hear this sort of roar suddenly emanates as you can hear the sound of wood beginning to shatter against the frame, the weight of this being, as it seems to be bashing its body against the building. Move to Cat.
I move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I see a health bar. I don't see a.
Yeah, maybe you don't. Let me check your vision. I think you can make out enough of it now that you get an idea of what this creature is.
Is it anything I would have seen before? Definitely not, I would say.
I was going to say probably not, but yes, what you do notice about this creature is that it is large, about the size, similarly sized actually to the dragon, in fact. Perhaps a bit slender, more slender than the dragon, and its face has a bit of a freaky, humanistic type of appearance, as you notice at least some level of intelligence in those eyes and somewhat almost like humanish mannerisms. But you also notice this long, leathery body that represents some type of great cat, and these leathery wings that stretch out behind it. You also notice a long tail slashing around and that is barbed with all of these different spikes.
I think I'm gonna get my. I have my crossbow because it's my default loadout, but I will also take the dodge action and see what happens.
All right, fair enough. We move to Bryn.
All right. Just gonna move here and see what she can see. I see a health bar here. Is that the thing?
I would say when you see health bars, don't guess what that is. But no, you've heard that the creature is not inside the building. You're guessing it is on the east side of the building, so you're pretty certain that there is. That's not the creature, as that is where the woman was standing.
Ah, okay.
I like the music. It's snazzy.
It's like a mix, like what is happening right now? Should it be high tempo? Should it not? I can't figure it out yet.
Can I reach her?
She is on the second floor, Bryn, so she's a good probably 15 feet above you.
And the beastie's over here, trying to get in.
That is your guess, yeah.
All right. And I'll start heading over there. Oh, why not? I'll use my phase step.
Okay.
Ooh. Nope. Never mind. It has to be an unoccupied space I can see. Well, I see. I'll use my bonus action phase step to go right there. And I'll use the dodge action.
All right, go ahead and burn a usage of your face step. I don't remember if we built that in for you, or if not. If so, go ahead and click it. If not, just reduce one of those uses, and we move to Kurtu.
Kurtu wants to see what all the action is.
All right, I'm gonna go there. Not seeing anything. I'm gonna go ahead and do the. I'm gonna go ahead and take a dash.
All right, you continue moving quickly.
All right, I'm gonna go here and I'm going to yell, "It's over here! It's down there!" And I'm gonna point to it as I end my turn.
All right, Finnegan.
Misa, she's on the second floor. We should try to get her out of there.
I see. I'm not a good climber, though.
$30 to there. And then another dash to 30 to... to there. And bonus action is nothing. And my turn.
All right, Talhoun.
All right, I'm gonna move right here. Oh, I see the dude. What? Why do you wish to get in there?
You call that out, and you notice the face turns and looks at you and snarls a bit as its eyes narrow.
I mean nothing of my... that's probably my turn anyway. Alright, I take the dodge action. I've learned my lesson from last combat.
You dodge. Moving to the top of the round with Reggie.
Alright, seeing that none of my companions outright attacked it doesn't make me think too much alarm, so I'm going to move to this spot here. And hearing Talhoun yell to it, I say, you there, you've got intelligent eyes and face. Someone already lives here. Find a new home. And I'm going to slap my quarterstaff as I kind of pull it out the back of my shell, and I'm going to stick it into the earth. And as I do, I'm going to cast Chalet. Sorry, I always hit the damn quotation thing. I'm gonna cast Chalet, and basically what you see is my gnarled quarterstaff kind of gets enriched by being in the earth, and all of these dark red and blue mushrooms begin to grow up the staff. And for my action, Adam, I'm just going to hold. If it approaches me and gets within my melee range, I am going to strike it.
Okay, so you're ready in action to strike it if it gets within your melee range. All right, so Shillelagh is on your quarterstaff. All right, Misa is going to continue making her way down, and she will move a bit quicker as she can. All right, you notice the creature as you've drawn your quarterstaff and cast the spell, uttering some magical words and motioning with your hands to enchant it with magic. You notice it seems to react aggressively to this as it steps a little bit out, but you hear the sound of flapping of wings as the creature takes to the air. Once it gets to here, you notice suddenly it flashes out with that tail, and you see some of those spikes flash out towards you. Reggie, I will need you to give me 3 defensive rolls.
Okie dokie. Oh, those are blind checks. Those aren't defensive rolls. Let me fix that. Here we go.
Alright, the first one flashes by and strikes into you solidly, and you will suffer 7 points of piercing damage from that. However, the other 2, perhaps more prepared, you are able to turn your body and those strike into your shell. You notice the creature then continues flying. It's up at about the 30-foot mark or so as we move to Cat's turn.
Maybe it'll hit it and run away like the dragon.
Alright, oops, that's not the right tool. 40 feet. So it. Oh god, trigonometry was not my strong suit.
We're doing
so it's 30
measurements because of the simplistic nature of 5e. Just assume that if whatever the arrow you pointed at, that's the range it is. If you're further away than that, so 40 feet, he's 30 in the air, it'd just be 40. The only time it's really different is if you're like real close to them and they're really high in the air, then you have to, of course, take the highest distance.
Sure. Okay, then if it's shooting at us from up above, I think I forgo sneak attack and just take the shot at it. Just naked.
All right, you fire off a shot with your crossbow. Go ahead and make your attack.
Oh god, where did it go? Hey, stand by. Open this up again.
That music's like taunting. It's like click the button, click the button,
It
click
is.
the button.
Oh, because I have the edit thing open again.
All right, yeah, that bolt flashes across through the air and does indeed strike into the creature and will wound it.
And then... How high did we say this was? 10 feet from...
Each of those lines that you see is 10 feet higher in elevation than the previous line.
So then I will move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and then cunning action dash. So I get another 30.
Nice.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm chill on the side of the building here. How tall? We said the building was 2 stories tall?
It is 3 stories in total.
3 stories. Okay. So I can't see it, and I probably don't think it can see me right now, right?
I would say that's a fair guess.
All right. So I will end my turn there.
All right, Bryn.
All right. I definitely see it now, and we'll hurl a javelin at it.
All right, so again, I'm guessing default loadout is a great sword. So you take one hand off of that, grab javelin from the back, throw it up in the air, and that will indeed strike into the creature. So it is 30 feet up. Again, 30 feet is your range. You're good. So yeah, go ahead and post damage. All right, your javelin does pierce into the creature and wound it.
All right, I'm going to move and take some cover right there where I can still see. And
Okay, Kurtu.
You're a meaty.
Alright, so I'm going to shoot a firebolt at the meaty there. So,
All right, you conjure up a firebolt, shooting it out towards the creature. That will indeed connect as that glob of fire smacks into it, dealing 8 points of fire damage. Nice.
Now run away, run away.
Something really weird's happening tonight, guys. Bill's rolling well.
I know.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
I'm waiting to look outside and see like a strange moon that I've never seen before.
I have one of my sons at the desk and he's pushing the buttons for me.
Oh, no, that explains it.
Cheating.
All right, move to Finnegan.
So Finnegan's gonna grab a pebble from his pouch and say, "Get back, you vile beast!" He's gonna throw a rock at it.
All right, 60 feet away. Yeah, that'll do the trick, just barely, as you throw it up towards the creature, and it does indeed connect. All right, as the pebble strikes into it, it is wounded.
It should be 1d6 plus my spellcasting.
Oh, looks like you don't have that added in. Are you sure that's how it goes?
Yep. 1d6.
I hit it from the
Okay.
attack menu too here in my main sheet.
Sure looks like it. Yeah, so we'll have to just tweak that. I will add some additional damage.
All right, and then I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20. And I'm going to say to the lady here, "Hey, psst, is there a way you can get out of there? We're trying to get him to run away. Hang in there."
Okay. All right, move to Talhoun.
Guy's still 30 feet in the air, right?
He is indeed.
I'm just gonna kind of look at Kurtu and Reginald here and just shake my head. All these people flying, this is getting on my nerves. And I'm gonna scooch around here. That's a door. I don't know. I don't have like a good enough vision on that, so taking the dodge action.
All right, you dodge there, so move to Reggie.
How high up is the beast?
30 feet in the air.
Okay, so Reggie's going to move to this spot here behind this fence line, and he's going to kind of roll into it, and his shell kind of up into the air, and he is going to just do the dodge action for now, Adam.
All right, so again, just for the visual purpose, it sounds like you charge up towards him, and then you brace yourself, right? Nothing else there, just the dodge.
Yeah, like, you know, flavor, I guess. I'm just kind of running and using the, knowing that he's on the other side up in the air, I'm just kind of like trying to hide behind using my shield for cover.
Fair enough, yeah, that works.
Technically, just a dodge action.
All right, Miza looking over towards the creature. She will take a couple steps forward and throw out a quick bit of pouch dust. However, the creature manages to evade it. She then will duck back over to here. All right, moving to the creature's turn. It is going to actually spot you doing this. It will fly over this way and fire some of these tail spikes down towards Bryn. Bryn, I will need 3 defensive rolls, please. All right, you managed to dodge the first one, but as these are coming in a group, the second one gets through your defenses, smashing into you and dealing 6 points of piercing damage. You then manage to evade the second one as well. From there, the creature flies higher and seemingly lands on the top of the building. As we move to Cat's turn.
Right. Then Cat still probably can't see it from where she is because she's right up against the building, right?
Correct.
Alright, so I will move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Do I see any doors on this side, or was it all...
You do
Did
not
it look like...
see any doors on the side.
Then I will cunning action dash again for another 5, 10, 15, 20. And I will take the dodge action, kind of like propping myself up against the wall in like a defensive stance, like a cover shooter.
Okay, fair enough.
See if it comes down this way. That'd be good.
All right, we move to Bryn's turn.
All right, she's gonna start climbing.
All right, so great sword in hand. Are you going to drop that, sheath it? What are you going to do with it?
Just sheath it.
All right, so you interact with object to sheath the great sword, and you begin climbing up the side of the building. Go ahead and give me an athletics check. All right, yes, you managed to find little footholes and little areas you can get your hands in between the side of this building's material. And your speed, I assume, is 30, so you're able to ascend 15 feet up the side. So you're probably right about the second level at this point, Bryn.
All right.
All right, we'll do Kurtu's turn. Reggie acts out of turn, and the DM god smite him. No, I'm kidding. Kurtu.
My bad.
So how high is the roof? Sorry.
So this is a 3-story building. On a quick guess, it's probably somewhere up in the realm of 30 feet or more.
Okay. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. And I'm assuming I don't see it or do see it. I don't know if the roof's flat or anything
I
like
would
that.
say you
Adam.
can see a small part of it, but I would certainly give it a cover bonus here.
Well, then if you're giving me a cover bonus, then I'm going to go ahead and use a hit die and try to try to help with that.
Absolutely.
So,
All right, go ahead and roll your hit dice. I think that's for you. So that'll actually just be a 1, right? So we'll count that together. But even with cover, thanks to that good roll, the firebolt will indeed strike the creature. Go ahead and post damage.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you, Adam.
I was about to say.
Oh, did I get real quiet?
No, you said.
No, you didn't. I
good
just wanted to hear it
roll.
again, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay. Because sometimes it's tech issues. But yeah, no, you're on a roll so far. All right, so that firebolt does indeed lob into the creature, kind of takes a bit of an arcing path, and then falls on him and wounds him.
And that's a Dragoran doing that to you. So watch yourself.
And I don't know, Adam, if this here's a fence or anything like that,
It
but I'm
is.
going to take some sort of cover there or whatever that takes. So just to end my turn there.
All right, fair enough. We move to Finnegan's turn.
Okay. Did I hear the creature land on the roof?
Yeah, I think that's fair to say.
He's on the roof. We're gonna move around the front. I'm gonna ask you real quick. Where's the door inside?
East side!
Okay. And I'm on 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And let's take the dodge action again.
All right, Talhoun.
Alrighty. Does this look like I can squeeze through it?
Yes, as you step there, you notice that the door here is smashed to the point where it's just splinters. It looks like you could easily push this open and step through.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna squeeze through and I see the guy?
He's technically on the roof, so you're on the first floor right now. You notice that heading to your west and then up, you would start climbing the stairs, but from a visual perspective, you don't see either of these two individuals.
Okay, I was confused. I thought that maybe like the hill like maybe went all the way to the, I don't know. All right. So I see her, the lady there, and I'm
So
guard yourself, get in the middle.
Yeah, so you would know based on coming up here that she's actually on the second floor. The creature seemingly is on the roof, so they're not like right next to each other at the moment. But quick reference based on the image here, what I would say is once you step through, what you're going to notice is there is actually, I'm guessing, yes, okay, so on this side of the building is where, no, okay, I'm sorry, my bad. It's right here that you notice right against the wall is a ladder that's built right onto the side of the walls here, and it looks like you could climb up to get to the second floor.
Okay, could I make a quick retcon then on my movement?
Absolutely.
Because I was thinking that it was more of like this way, like a
Towery,
spiral.
yeah, that's what I thought at first glance, but yeah, no, it's a ladder.
Okay, so there's a ladder right there. I've used 5, 10, 15. I'm on my 15 feet. How like high is the ladder?
So climbing, because it's a ladder, I would say you can get up, spending 15 feet, you get up to the second floor.
Okay, I would like to get up to the second floor, and that's my 30 feet of movement.
All right, once you get up to the second floor, I'm going to mechanically move her where she's actually at. I will move you where you're at.
Oh, that's pretty nifty. Okay, am I stable on the ground?
Yes.
Cool. I'm gonna just get closer. Guard yourself. Let's, we're fighting off whatever that thing is, and I'll take the dodge action.
Okay, fair enough. We move to Reggie's turn.
Okay, I know that I can't necessarily see the creature where the token is because of fog of war, but can I see it on the roof, Adam? Would that be?
You can see part of it, I would say. Based on your current angle and the height of the roof, I would say, again, I'd give him some cover.
Which direction do I think I need to move to be able to see better? Would it be north, south, east, or west?
No, it'd be vertically up.
Okay, fair enough. So, I assume he'll probably have a little cover, but I'm going to take my staff and reach over the fence and drop it on the other side. And when I drop it, the chalet drops on it. And then I'm going to look over my shoulder and turn, and then I'm going to cast a chill touch towards the creature.
All right. Unfortunately, your chill touch is not able to connect with the creature.
And then taking a book or a page out of Kurtu's book, I'm going to jump over the fence using climbing if I have to. I'm not going far. And then I am going to lay prone beside my staff and hope that my shell will defend me if he flies over this way. But I want to duck behind the fence.
All right, fair enough. All right, Maiza will continue making her way around this area. You notice as you're standing here, Finn, rather than like defending herself, she focuses on a spell and seems to be prepared. All right, the creature leaps off of the roof, flying over to here and landing right beside Kurtu. Kurtu, as it lands beside you, you see it reaches forth and tries to bite you. I will need a defensive roll, please.
Alright, and I am going to use my shield spell as reaction.
Okay, so you're going to burn your reaction and cast shield. Alright, so yes, it will not hit you, and when you burn shield on top of that, it certainly will not hit you. It will then try to hit you with a pair of claw attacks, so I will need 2 more. Oof. You are
there you
critted 2 times. There's the Bill we know and love.
There you go, folks. In case you didn't think it was coming.
All right, Kurtu, please. Unfortunately, shield will not help against crits, so roll 2 slashing crits against yourself.
Isn't this is it 3 attacks, so only the first attack would count as a crit in our house rules?
You're thinking of fumble. Fumbles do not fumble on second and third attacks, but crits crit all the time.
Okay.
Kurt is wondering if I should be rolling 4d6s times 6 times.
Let's find out.
Bill, I seriously, it's crazy how max and min your rolls are. It's
Okay,
ridiculous.
Hey, Adam, are they slashes or piercing? I don't remember.
They are slashing. Alright, so normal damage on that first one, and you will lose an additional 1d6 at the start of your next turn, so let's take care of that damage. That'll be 5 slashing damage. And then go ahead and roll another slashing crit on yourself. Alright, that's just a true crit, so I will post I'll do a roll for that real quick. Alright, that'll be 12 additional slashing. So altogether, that's 17 points of slashing damage. And Kurtu, you have this wound upon you, so you know that at the start of your next turn, you're going to lose 1d6 HP.
Alright, and Adam, also just to let you know, I have 8 temp HP, so I'll be deducting that, so in case it looks weird.
Fair enough, yep. Alright, we move to Cat's turn.
What's this over here? Is this like low rubble, or would I have to climb over it?
It's broken enough here with the smashing that I'd say you could skate by there, but that is the actual iron fence.
So I will skate by 5, 10.
And again, the visual is a little bit difficult here, but right now you're at like the 20-foot mark, and this guy's more at the like 18-foot mark, so he's a little bit down a hill from you at the moment.
Oh, he has cover for. So can I even see him then?
You can,
he's
yeah.
like 12 feet
Yeah,
down.
he's pretty big, so you can see him, but yes, I would say he's going to have some cover from that angle.
So I will keep going. 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yep, I'd say there you're good, no cover.
Okay. So then I will take the shot. If I can find my character sheet that I keep minimizing. Taking the shot.
That will certainly connect.
And because he is next to... Is Kurtu still fine? Is he up?
Yeah, this will
Okay,
qualify
so this
for
is
sneak.
sneak attack. So 15 total.
Nice. All right, that bolt punctures into the creature, and you hear it howl in pain.
Get fucked. And then I will cunning action dash. So 5, 10. Where was the door over here?
To your south.
15, 20, 25, 30, and I will go in the building and chill.
All right, good deal. We move to Bryn, who's currently 15 feet on the side of the building.
I'm gonna keep climbing up.
All right, go ahead and give me another athletics check as you continue making your way further up. Yeah, you easily get yourself up to the top, I would say. So you are on the roof. I would say you're going to have to spend probably 5 more feet to just pull yourself all the way up. But yeah, you're hanging right at the top of the building at the moment.
Okay.
I think a nat 20 on that last roll should give her an extra 5 feet of movement.
That sounds like an interesting house rule.
Is that how it works?
Keep pulse. Oh, no. All right. Little murder holes here. All right, I can just barely see them. So I'm going to try and...
So again, just a real quick recap here for Bryn. So you're technically hanging on the side of the building. So you're not inside the building, right? Because you've climbed up the exterior of the building. So and right now, based on that roll, you ascended additional 15 feet, but you're actually hanging on the side of the building at the moment. If you wish to spend more movement, aka dash, you can pull yourself all the way up to the roof, as then you'll be standing on the roof. But right at the moment, you're actually hanging from the side.
Oh yeah, I'll dash to get on top of the roof.
All right, fair enough. So I'm going to actually put you right on the edge, so you'll be able to see really well, obviously, because you're at the top, and you are now standing on this sloped roof, but no major issues here at the moment.
Okay, I see. Yep, that'll do it.
All right, Kurtu just took a wailing by the creature. It is your turn.
He takes 1d6 at the start of his turn.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do, Adam... Oh, yeah. Thanks, Jordan. Thank you.
You're welcome here. I got a rules lawyer both sides, man.
The 1d6. Yeah, I already forgot. Even he just said it and I didn't hear him. So, yeah, go ahead and roll that against yourself, Bill.
Listen, guys, I have to be fair.
We appreciate that.
It
At
does
least I
say
do.
Your mic doesn't have to work, though. Come on.
it does say just on one turn though. It's
Yes.
like similar to that last one, yeah.
Yeah, this is the minor one.
Yeah,
So
let me just
2
fix this
additional
here.
HP, and then no additional effects at this point.
All right, so first thing you're going to see Kurtu do is he is going to, just to let people know as far as my character goes, Kobolds now get what's called Cobalt Legacy, and so he's a little bit less fearful of fear, right? So don't give him inspiration for that, Adam.
Heck yeah, I love though. I gotta
Inspiration
have.
for trying to kill his character.
Oh my gosh, if it was
That's
somebody
awesome.
else, right?
So did we build your kind of cry in as an attack for you? That you can click it and it will post the information and burn usage?
Yes. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I don't know if it says it's in there, but it's not a push button thing. So I'm just gonna try something here, but it's not pushing.
You should just click on the word. You're kind of
Yeah, there you go. So I'm going to do that. So so you're going to hear Kurtu yell, basically make out a kind of like a dragon roar kind of thing. So that's going to be his cry there. And so everyone gets a advantage on him. And I don't need advantage because what I'm going to do, Adam, is I'm going to cast Magic Missile on him.
All right. So yeah, you bonus action give out this cry, and yeah, that everybody gets that bonus. You then cast Magic Missile. Go ahead and post that, and we will take 3 times the damage, whatever you get. All right. So the 3 magic arrows, are they just traditional blue darts, or do they look anything different for Kurtu?
They are not blue. They look like little tiny red fireballs.
Little red fiery balls. All right. They flash out towards the creature, hit him one after another, and he is wounded.
All right, and since I figure 1 attack is better than 3, I'm going to go ahead and try to run.
All right, you step away from the creature and invoking that opportunity attack as he does indeed try to bite you. I'll need another defensive roll, please. Yes, this time, perhaps prepared, you step away and are not struck as the creature's jaws clamp down just behind you.
I want to make sure I didn't move too much.
Yep, you're good.
There you go, and I'll end my turn there.
Kill him! Kill him!
All right, Finnegan's turn.
All right, 5, 10, 15, 20. Measuring tool.
Yep, and same reminder before about the difference in elevation. So right now you can see part of him, but not a whole lot. He would have cover.
That's the extent of my movement. Any better?
Not from there. No, he still is going to get cover.
Okay. Well, I'm still gonna grab a rock that's on the ground. There's pebbles here, and I'm just gonna cast my magic stone. We'll try it again.
Sure
So
thing. Yeah, you throw it, but unfortunately, maybe trying to prepare for the
Advantage.
angle.
Oh, he does
right.
have advantage on the attack.
Yes, right, and that's an advantage on all attacks, not just melee or anything, right? Yeah,
You mean
advantage on attack rolls. Yeah, that'll certainly work. So that stone will indeed connect as the stone hits in, and I'll add your spellcaster mod there.
So
and
I
you
can
wound the creature.
I can fix it in here. I thought it's in there, but okay. I don't know how to mess with the settings.
Yeah,
I
no
never
worries. I'll
really
take care
tried
of
to
it
do
for
that.
you.
I'm sorry. Okay. That was action, bonus action, movement extended. So, and my turn.
All right, that should be all set, Finnegan. Okay, we move to Talhoon's turn.
Where is the ladder that goes up?
To the 3rd floor, yes. I'm going to guess, based on this imagery and lack of good description, that it is in the same spot.
Okay, yeah. So as I step,
actually, you know what? I take that back. Just for completeness, I'm guessing that it's right here.
Cool. That works. Yeah. So I'm gonna tell the lady again. Get away from the friggin' window. 10 feet of movement. I'm gonna climb up to the top.
All right, fair enough. You ascend to the 3rd floor.
Oh man, I was hoping this was the roof. How far did it take me? Like,
Let's see, 10, and then you would have to spend 15, so a total of 25 to get to where you're at.
is there any way to get to the roof from here?
Not that you see. You simply see the mechanisms of the windmill itself.
Darn it. All right, I'm gonna take a dash action and go back down.
All right, you climb the 15 feet back down and find yourself back to here.
Okay, so I have math. I use 30, and then, or I use 25 to get to the top. 5.
I think you got like 20 left if I'm calculating quickly.
Yeah. Okay, so then there's 10. 10 to get back down to the bottom. Let's say I drop. I don't know. I get close enough where I don't take fall damage, and then I just let go.
I think that's fair enough to say you slide down.
You know what? That's my turn, I guess.
All right, we move to the top of the round. I know we're a little over break time here, but we're right at the end of this battle, so let's wrap this up, and then we'll do our break. So we move to Reggie's turn.
Okay, Reggie's going to pop up from his prone position behind the fence, and leaving his staff on the ground, he's going to raise his hand, and as he does, you see the skeletal hand kind of erupt from the earth, looking like a skeletal tortoise hand, and it's going to try to latch onto the creature. So chill touch coming your way.
At advantage.
That will connect. The chill touch wounds the creature as it constricts around it.
Okay, so what I'll do is I've got 15 feet left, so I'm going to come up to here, and I'm going to yell at it and try to invoke it coming closer to me.
All right, Maiza will make her way around to here, and spotting the creature, she will step forward. Uh-oh, does this mean the NPC steals the kill? Let's
Sounds
find
good.
out. She throws some pouch dust. Unfortunately, the creature is able to evade her pouch dust. As we move to the creature, it seems to ignore you, Reggie, as it begins to fly away. So it's going to move an additional 10 feet off map.
Does the cold touch, does that slow it down at all?
I think it just prevents healing, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and I don't think it's undead,
Yeah.
so it doesn't get disadvantage. But Adam, where was it? Because it's a large creature. Was it within 10 feet of me, or was it 15?
It was at least 15.
Son of a bitch! Man, I've been waiting to use this. Okay.
All right, so
Get it! You hear Finn yell.
We'll move to Cat's turn. We'll see if anybody will give a round here to see if anybody does anything.
Did I see where it went through the window?
I know, because I would say.
I'll point.
Yeah, based on the drop and all that, no.
Then I will. Can I move diagonally, or is the wall gonna stop me?
You cannot move diagonally through the doorway if that's what you're trying.
Okay, so I will go down 5, 10.
He went that way.
Which way is that way?
North.
North? Okay. So 15, 20, 25, 30. Let me check some distance here. Can I see it now?
You can, but keep in mind he's an extra 10 feet off map, so whatever your measurement counts, add 10 to that.
110, so 120.
Yes.
So if Cat has advantage, would it cancel out?
Cat's advantage would cancel out because he's outside of my basic range. If I dash, I only get to 90, so there's no point in doing that. My shifting costs a bonus action, so I can't do that and dash at the same time.
Well, keep in mind the how much movement do you still have left?
I think that was all of it because I had to move down one, so I was here.
Okay,
so
if you can
5,
move
10,
30
15,
more
20,
feet.
25, 30.
Yeah, no, I don't think you'll be able to get into that. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're going to be stuck at long range.
So I'm going to have to take the long range, but I still have advantage from Kurtu's shot, so this is a straight roll and no sneak attack.
Yes.
And I miss.
Unfortunately, that bolt sails wide.
We're good. I have my turn.
All right, move to Bryn's turn.
Alright, I'm gonna hurl a javelin at it.
And your javelin misses. Kurtu's turn. All right, so the start of your next turn, so the advantage
Right.
is no longer in effect.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead, needless to say, and try to do what I can, so.
Don't run away! I want to kill you!
The firebolt singes out. Might this do it? No!
That would be a no.
3 HP and he hits it for 2. The
Oh
creature
my
is
goodness.
wounded.
We rolled 3 2s for damage just then. 2, 2, 2. Crazy.
All right, that is, I think, your turn. Anything else, Kurtu? He's breaking stuff right now.
Yeah, no, I was checking. I was. Hold on just a second.
Okay. He's reading a message right now from someone.
No, I'm reading my magic missile to see what the distance is on that. Magic missile, can I retcon
It's
that? A
far.
magic missile?
Yeah, that's a jet you go to.
Unfortunately not. No, can't retcon after casting the spell.
Oh, I was thinking that was like 30 or 60 or something like that. I could have freaking. Yeah.
It's
yeah,
one-
maybe
yeah.
I
Could
will.
have, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
All right, Finnegan's turn.
So I've been thinking that I'm gonna move. If I'm too zoomed out, I can't. Okay, yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm moving 30 to there. He's out of range of my magic stone because it's 60, but you see him put a stone in his sling and slinging it above his head. The sling is 30 and 120. So I think I'm in range of that. I'm just going to Hail Mary this sling
you can take
attack.
a disadvantage attacking on him. Unfortunately, no, it misses.
In my turn. It's getting away!
Talhoon.
Oh, I stopped right in front of a wall. Oh, it's running away. Wow. Oh, guys, I think he's getting away.
We got some turns left in our order.
Yeah, I think he's getting away.
All right, anything magic you're pulling out here, Reggie?
Yeah, I've got something up my sleeve, so I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Also, Adam, we played together for almost a full year now. You know I will try something.
I just figured turtles don't have sleeves, so.
No, but it's like a saggy kind of skin, so it works. He is in
He's
this
at the
10 extra feet.
80-foot mark at the moment.
Oh, so he's within range of my chill touch. So I'm going to try my best. Advantage, Adam. I'm going to use, I'm sorry, not advantage, inspiration.
Okay, so reroll.
I'm going to click a different spot this time, see if that changes up the juju. It didn't.
All right, so unfortunately, that is going to miss.
Come on, Grandma!
I don't think she can hit it, so she would, let's see, it's 10 extra. No, she is not able to get within range. Reggie, was that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I don't have any bonus action thing that I can do. I mean, I could wild shape, but that's it.
All right, so she would get out a bit this way. She can't reach it with her spell. The creature then would fly an additional distance away, and based on the elevation here and the distance that it can fly, I'm going to say that it is unfortunately outside of you guys' line of sight and moving away quickly. So we will end combat there. We're a little late on our break, but let's go ahead and take 15, guys, and we'll pick up on the other side and see what occurs.
Good job, everybody.
All right, we are back from break, everybody, as the group has just done battle with this large, winged, leathery creature who they tried to take down, but it was within an inch of its life, literally 1 HP, as it unfortunately got too far away from their line of sight that they lost sight of it. All right, so we pick back up as the group is currently on Umbridge Hill, and we will get you guys back on screen.
And I did give Kurtu a little healing word there before we went on break.
Yes.
Yeah, and as it's flying away, and I kind of, as I'm running out of the windmill, and I catch the glimpse of this creature flying away, I'm just gonna like, and stay out of here, and shake my fist at it.
You're very brave. We're so proud of you.
Thanks, Reggie.
You okay?
No. I mean, physically I'm fine, but I need to get stronger.
Did we start already?
That was pretty good. Your roar was nice.
I'm sorry, did we start already?
Yeah, you missed like
20
10 seconds.
Oh, okay. 'Cause I set my timer every time we go to break, so I was like, whoa. Okay, cool. Thanks.
Well, shall we check in with the woman inside? Is this the woman we're looking for?
Yeah, Miza, what exactly were we looking for here? Refresh my memory.
This lady. Yes, I'm sorry. This lady inside. Are you okay, lady?
All right, as you enter this area proper, Finn, and as some of the rest of you begin to trail inside, you notice a human woman that's in her later years, and you see she gives you a soft smile here. She's got sort of this white hair all done up in a bit of a bun, and you can see she's got pretty impressive or piercing green eyes. As she looks out towards you, you see she nods and says, "Oh, thank you. That was all too unfortunate."
What? How? Why did that ghastly, huge creature come here and try to break in your house?
I don't know. I really wish I did. I couldn't tell it. It was slamming and smashing. I got the impression, sometimes animals do that maybe it was hungry, but I don't know.
What? That doesn't make any sense. It can't be that hungry. It could eat anything it wants. What's in here? What do you do? Maybe what you're doing, druids, to its ire.
That seems quite strange. I highly doubt it. I am Adabra Gwyn. I guess you could say I'm a midwife and an apothecary.
Oh, really? I'm an aspiring alchemist myself.
And you see she kind of looks towards you and says, "Oh, that's nice."
So do you make healing potions and like herbs and stuff like that?
I do, in fact. I make potions of healing.
So do you think maybe that the guy smelled it and he's like, that smells good, I want some of that? What do you think about that?
I think that sounds absolutely preposterous, for healing potions do not have such a pungent odor as such.
Well, then I don't know why. I'll just kind of be silent.
What were you looking to be spelled there, Reggie?
Just the name of the woman from my journal.
Yep, I can certainly do that.
So,
Go ahead, Talhoun. I had something I was thinking. Give me a moment to ponder. What were you thinking?
and I'm gonna look right at the lady. Oh, why live in this? What is it? Umbridge Hill. Why live here? In such a Umbridge place, if you will, without any kind of combat prowess, anything to defend yourself. Why stay here in the wilderness?
I've never before needed any kind of combat prowess. We don't get those type of creatures here. This is not a regular occurrence. I certainly hope it's not wherever you come from.
We're actually here on request of the town master from Phandalin. We were coming to warn you of sightings of a white dragon, but we actually fought it.
Oh my, I don't suppose you think these two things are related?
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. I'm not too familiar with the wildlife here. Are you familiar with that creature? Wings, human face, feline body with bobtails. You know it.
No, I'm afraid I do not. I have not seen it ever here before, and this talk of a white dragon, oh, I can only imagine. That's even more terrifying.
Talhoun here could tell you a story or two about that white dragon, I'm sure, but...
I don't remember those stories.
He was quite unconscious at the time.
I was unconscious.
That's the story.
Asleep for most of it.
But, Miss Gwyn, we ask that you return with us to the city so you could be safe. I mean, the dragon attacked us not an hour or two away from here.
My, that's quite unfortunate, but, no, I'm afraid I don't want to go to Phandalin. This is my home.
So you mean to stay here despite that attack and the dragon?
Well, bad things have happened before. Sometimes it's bad weather. Sometimes the herbs, they wither up based on the other strange events. If I left every time something bad happened, I'd never be able to stay anywhere.
Well, Gwyn, you seem like such a nice lady. If you're so content to stay here, do you mind if I fix your door while my friends get to know you a little better? I'm anxious to do something with my hands.
Oh, that would be most pleasant of you if you are able to repair it. I'm afraid the beastie did quite a number on it.
Oh, I'd be happy to. Talhoun, move. Get your big lug body out of the way.
And I kind of scooch around.
All right, and he's going to be casting mending and using his tinker's tools and try to fix the door so it's perfect. Perfect. Not good, but perfect.
I heard tinker's tools, right? Did I hear anything else there?
I think that's all I have. What tools I have is, tinker's tools would work, and just my mending spells.
Oh, okay, that's why I wasn't sure if I heard that or not. So you're casting the mending spell.
Yeah, through my tinker's tools.
Okay, so you're using your Tinker's Tools to cast the Mending spell, and I think that's a 1 minute cast if I remember. Yep. Okay, yeah, so you start that work and begin repairing the door. As the rest of you guys are sort of standing around here, you realize that Bryn is not currently among you.
I was about to ask about that. Guys, where do you think Bryn went?
She's climbing down.
I'll say from outside you hear, "Oh, careful, sweetie, don't hurt yourself. No, oh, are you sure you want to risk that?"
Was that from Miza?
Yes.
Well, at least we know where Bryn is.
Do I need to do an athletics check?
You are going to, yes. So as you start making your way down, go ahead and throw me an athletics check. Yeah, so you start descending, and again, it's a little bit harder coming this way rather than going up. The visibility's a little bit worse, but yeah, you descend halfway. You're, I would say, maybe 20-ish feet up the side of the building at the moment. As you descend the other half, go ahead and throw a second athletics check. Yep, you make it down to the ground without issue. You notice as you do, Miza looks towards you and says, "Wow, that was incredibly impressive. You're really good at that."
Yes, I used to do a lot of climbing in the Feywild, so this wasn't too hard. What did I miss?
You're from the Feywild. Oh my goodness, how interesting. Well, I think the group has gone inside. I don't think you missed much yet. Oh, it looks like, and you see she kind of puts her hand out. Your cloth snagged here a little bit. Let me fix this for you, dear. And you see she like starts fussing with your equipment here.
Oh, thank you. Prince awkwardly tries to thank her.
And then she smiles and says, "Oh, okay, I think that's good. You're all set. They're down south. There's an opening there if you'd wish to head in. I'm just going to keep my eyes peeled for that beastie and look around for any flowers."
You sure you don't want to come in? I could keep an eye out.
Oh, I guess we could both stay out here if you're enjoying the beauty out here as much as I am.
Yes, I will stay and keep an eye out, and if anything comes, I will fight.
Oh, that sounds great, dear. I feel very safe with you here. I'll stay very close. And you see she kind of goes along the fence line and is just kind of peeking around it.
Hey, Adam.
Yes.
The windmill, was it moving when we came up? I don't know.
Yep.
Okay, since we're at the bottom here, is there any kind of like, I'm gonna kind of look around. Is there any kind of hopper or anything like for me to look to see what this windmill is producing?
Not on this floor, no. But remember, there's this is a 3-floor place. You can see that there's this like central apparatus here that is obviously turning as the blades on this side. I would say you can certainly hear the sound of the blades moving every now and again. It's not super windy right now, so it's not like they're moving, fiercely quick or whatnot. But yeah, you can certainly see some movement of the blades.
Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking of old RuneScape Cook's Assistant quest, so I wasn't sure if there was...
Sorry, that one went right over my head. Never played that one.
It's a good game. If there was anything like going on at the bottom here that I could tell, if there was like an end product, maybe byproduct.
I would say overall the impression you're getting here is kind of like maybe the mill's being used for a combination of like milling wheat, perhaps, but also it looks to be more of an herbalist kind of enterprise here. As you can see, around the room there's different flowers and there's different like vases and containers and that sort of thing.
That makes absolute sense. Okay.
Adam, after everybody kind of moves around and is doing their own thing, Reggie kind of goes off into this drifty state, and he's as a researcher, he spent a lot of time reading, and he's really pondering that creature, going over the details of it. He wants to see if he can, sift through his memories and figure out if he's heard of that creature.
Of the one that you just fought?
Yes.
Yeah, you can make an Arcana check here to see if you recall any details.
Blind check, right?
Yes, please. I would say yes. You probably recall that this is what is known as a manticore. Based on your roll, I would say you can pick a special ability. I can give you the armor class, which might be fun, or I can give you its speeds.
Special ability.
Special ability. Okay, so you saw that it was shooting those tail spikes at you. You recall, based on what you've read or maybe discussed with others, as the creature actually regrows those tail spikes rapidly. Any spikes that are used tend to regrow just within a day.
Do I know if those creatures like return, and like are they egocentric in a way? Like, will they return and try to fight again?
I would say in general you find them to be motivated by greed and avarice, so they're really looking for food and potentially treasure. Whether or not they would come back, well, it depends on what their other opportunities are.
Okay, so knowing that, I'm gonna look over to Adabra and say, you know that creature we fought are awfully aggressive. They look for food and easy food. Also, they're predators. So, you know, they tend to be quite violent. I mean, if you're absolutely sure about staying here, Finn's fixing your door. Is there something maybe you can do to vouch for your safety for the townmaster so we can let them know?
As you say, awfully aggressive, you notice she actually looks towards the smashed door, and she looks back and says, yes, I kind of put that together. Well, it looks like your little friend here is doing quite a good job, and I imagine at this point the mending spell is complete, and you probably had to cast this a couple of times, I'm guessing, Finn, as this is like a single tear or a break. So overall, you're, repairing each of these sort of individual breaks in the door. But yeah, between this work, it looks like you've repaired the door to be quite reinforced. It looks in great state. She looks towards it and she says, "Oh, that looks to be quite good indeed. What can I do?" Well, unfortunately, as I say, bad things have happened before. Not like creatures, but we've had ill turns of luck. What is it you're looking for exactly?
Our mission is to ensure your safety. If we've done this once before, perhaps we could get a signature or a note from you of some kind to reassure the townmaster that all is well at Umbridge Hill.
Oh, yes, of course. I could certainly do that. I do really appreciate you all coming out. In fact, you folks look like this might be of benefit to you. Here, take one of my potions of healing, and yes, I'd be happy to sign something for you saying that I just wish to stay here.
If you don't mind me asking, Madam Adabra, how long have you been here?
Oh, here in this location? Oh, it's been close to 2 decades now.
And this is and I'm kind of thinking, like, I'm trying to think about the whole world here. So, like, that's Talhoun's thinking when he asks, like, is this the closest thing that this is ever kind of danger you've ever faced? Like, the most danger you've ever faced right here, right now?
I suppose so, yes. I generally, what I do here is make potions of healing and help deliver children into the world. So it's a fairly safe area here. I mean, there's been obviously some strange things that have occurred in history, but it hasn't really affected me here, and even the greater area, not too many crazy things. So yes, I suppose this is the most danger I've ever seen.
I see.
If you're so insistent about staying, you know how to get to Phandalin if anything were to go wrong, right?
She chuckles a bit and says, "Yes, of course I know where the closest settlement is to my home. Come on now, I'm not totally dumb."
You said you've been here for quite a while. I didn't know. I'm sorry
Yes,
if
in
I
fact,
offended
I
you.
head into town to help deliver children. That's where I do much of my business. It's just, I don't want to live there. You see, I like my privacy.
I can understand that.
The door's pretty good here. This upper hitch, I've had to use my long reacher to fix it, and this lock should be good, and your key should still work. So yeah, should be all set. I have one question. So you've been here 20 years, I heard. I'm sorry, I can do a lot of things, multitask kind of thing. What do you know about the town master? We haven't seen him, and he's asking us to do stuff on the bulletin board, but he just moves the slit on the door, and we don't know anything about him. You must know a lot about him.
Oh, I've heard stories, but I don't like to be much of a gossip.
Well, just think of it as friendly chat. How about that?
Give me a persuasion blind check there, Finn. Well, some folks just say he's a little shut-off is all, I guess.
Oh, well, I can understand that. Okay, and did you just say you delivered children?
Yes, I am a midwife.
Oh! Oh, it's so funny. I thought of something else. Silly me.
What'd you think, a stork?
Anyway, I just put my tools away.
And you see she looks at the door very fondly and says, "Oh, well, thank you. That is very nice. I appreciate that. In fact, maybe there's something else here. You said that you were also interested in alchemical ingredients and things, right?"
Yes, it is my aspiration, my next level, to be an alchemist.
Okay. Well, this maybe this will help you then in your studies and things. I have a little bit of a sample of willowshade fruit I can offer you here. And you see she has the small container. Think of it almost as like a very small box, maybe almost like a jewelry box type thing. And she hands that over towards you, and she kind of pats your hand as she does so. And she says, "This is really good. It helps with digestive issues."
Oh, okay. So it's beneficial if I get too much indigestion.
Yes, and I'm sure it has other potential options as well, but yes, that is the primary use of it.
Oh, well, thank you very much. And it's in a vial, you said, or something?
It's in almost like a small box. Think of like a jewelry box size box.
Okay, I'm gonna open it and can I smell it? Do you think I can smell it?
If you wish, yes, go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna have a smell.
So as you open it, you notice that it's like a pepper-shaped fruit. It doesn't have a really strong odor. I would guess maybe you get a little bit of a fresh scent, like a fresh vegetable scent.
Oh, it smells wonderful. Have you ever cooked with it?
Cooked with it? No, I'm afraid that's not really what I do, but I can't imagine it would be harmful.
What do you normally do with it? Does it need to be decomposed or broken down or put in a solution?
Yes.
Do you roast it? Do you boil it? Do you put it in a stew?
There's only one way to eat a batch of conies.
Sorry, it was a great opportunity.
Normally, I use a mortar and pestle to break it down into its more fine ingredients, and the liquid inside, the juice, is of particular use, as that's where most of the impact comes from. The little pieces of the fruit itself, of course, obviously have some in it, but mashing it down into liquid form is how I make best use of it.
Wow, thank you so much. It's really cool.
You are welcome. Thank you so much for repairing my door. It looks better than new.
Well, I am proud of my work. Yeah, it's such a fine door. I'm gonna take just a moment to stare at it, and in about 15 seconds, he's just contemplating it, and then he'll walk over there and do a little tweak, and then, now it's perfect.
And she will sign this piece of paper just real quick that says, Thank you for the warning. These fine folks alerted me to this concern. As she hands it back, she says, make sure to tell them about that strange creature that showed up. I would hate to think that it would bother anybody else, but I can't imagine it's just going to never be seen again if it's in the area.
We will do just that.
Thank you, Wadabra. Be safe.
And you as well.
Bye.
And she smiles as she waves for you to as you're exiting. All right, safe to say you guys are leaving Umbridge Hill at this point?
Yeah, do we have enough travel time to get back to Phandalin? How long did it take us to get here?
A little over 3 hours.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's probably like 11 noon.
A little bit later than that. So you guys probably left Phandalin about 8 a.m.-ish. You had that battle with the dragon. You walked a little bit, took a short rest. So that would be, a little after 9-ish. Then you had a little over 3 hour travel. So you're looking at about 12:30-ish at that point in time. So I would say at this point in time, as you're at Umbridge Hill, you're looking at, right about 1 o'clock.
Okay. I was close.
She's not coming with us?
They seemed uninterested. This is the second time this has happened. Is Phandalin just that terrible a town, or are we just unpopular?
Well, I think there's something up with that town master. I mean, he's pretty recluse, to say the least. We should probably be curious about what his situation is like.
Well, I mean, people may be taking our warning with a bit of grain of salt, I guess you could say. Maybe they don't believe us, or they're not scared enough to take it seriously. Maybe if they saw it, it would change their mind.
Well, she did see it, and it scared me. I threw a rock at it. It did nothing.
I don't think she said she saw it. I don't know if we asked her if she saw it. Maybe we go back, ask her if she saw the dragon. I don't think she saw it.
Well, the Matacore that you so eloquently pointed out. I mean, she said it happens, but not that often. I mean, I don't know. I guess people are pretty brave. This isn't Amthel, when you just get your fish shipped to you and your beef, and you have fun and play darts and shuffleboard all day. This is real adventuring.
Well, if she doesn't want to go, you can't make her. That's what I say.
We could, but it would be unethical.
Exactly. Here's the thing that gets me is she's never seen anything like that. This is the second time that we've ran into adversaries, if you will, while we were out and about giving a warning for a dragon. And he kind of, Talhoun kind of puts his hands on his chin and scratches, and he perhaps there's something going on around Phandalin that cannot be explained.
That's an astute thought, Talhoun. After your description of the orc attack and the rumors we've heard around town, I'm thinking perhaps this dragon is pushing things away, forcing them out of their habitat. And when that happens, you clash for territory. Maybe that Manticore was just hungry. Thought he had an easy meal.
Orcs are orcs. They're all over the place. Now, the Manticore, I don't know.
That's a very good idea, Reggie. Yeah, if the dragon's eating all of their food, they're getting desperate, kind of displacing the natural laws of selection, so to speak.
That still doesn't explain the orcs just randomly going to the same mine. They are orcs. And he kind of just rolls his eyes.
Well,
they are orcs.
But don't they eat stuff too, like animals and normal stuff? They'd be affected too.
Perhaps. I just think it's odd that things that are dangerous are now appearing.
So Finn's now lost in thought of what orcs eat, so he'll be distracted for a while.
Well, we know one thing they eat.
Other orcs.
Rabbits.
Rabbits.
Oh, rabbits. I was thinking Lord of the Rings.
Giant rabbits.
On the walk back, Adam, I just want to stay close to Kurtu because I know he's trying to be all big and brave, but I saw him get
I am brave.
yeah,
Not big, but I am brave. Yeah.
and bleeding, so I'm gonna stay close.
So as we're walking, Finn will walk up to Kurtu and put his hand on his shoulder, and we'll say, this little thing I have here, and I think it'll be good. Are you hurt? Is this where it hurts? And I'm gonna touch his wound, if it's on wherever it is, on your chest or arm or whatever, and I press some buttons on my little bracelet, and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on you, buddy. Another 2. Bunch of 2s for everybody.
That's neat. Thank you. And it hurts all over, but that's good. Thank you.
Hey, Adam, could you reset the API from 2s? Because I think we're stuck, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't think I have that option, unfortunately.
I was gonna say if we're stuck on 2s, I'm gonna lay on hands too. No,
that should also be built in for you to be able to push and pick how much HP you'd like to spend.
Oh, very nice. Oh, very nice. Okay, I just noticed that. Okay, cool. Yeah, you also get 12 because
he hits you upside the head with his great level.
Stabs you in the chest and then cauterizes it on the way out.
He's a young guy, he gets confused.
I'm only
Better when they
down.
had the lance.
I'm only down 5. If that's, I'm not sure what you're doing, Vic. So just to let you know, I'm only down 5.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I was just trying to get you to the next step. Are you down 5 after my 2?
Are you giving me 2? No, I'm down. I'm I'm at 15. I'll be fine. That's close enough. Thank you, guys.
Well, I'm giving you 12. No, I'm kidding. I'm giving you 2, but if you're down 3, then I'll give you another 3.
Well, I mean, that's up to you. I'm not going to tell you how much to lay on hands, so.
Jesus. All right, let's run it. Let's move.
So I will do my best to lead us back to Phandalin, Adam, trying to beat the sun.
All right, you start directing the group back to Phandalin. You travel for about an hour and a half or so, taking mostly the same path that you took to get here. As you're traveling, however, again, sun's still high up in the air, making your way, you can see these hills to your east. Your eyes likely going towards the sky, keeping an eye out for any sign of a big shadow once again. But as you're making your way there, off a bit in the distance here, you can make out what looks to be a watering hole to your east. And you can see there's like a large rock that's kind of by this watering hole, and there's some kind of a shape there. And I'll ask everybody to go ahead and give me a quick perception check to see what you can make out.
Is that blind?
Nope, you can make that just straight up.
Okay.
If you make it blind, I'll certainly take it, but that one's not a big deal. Okay, let's see.
If it's 120 feet out, I'm shooting it with fire, with magic missile.
Kurtu and Kat, the two of you, would easily make out a large humanoid figure that seems to be leaning against this large rock right next to the watering hole. It's a good probably 200-ish feet from you guys. So you guys are coming from the south going north. The watering hole is fairly small, but you can see this, again, large creature sitting at the edge of it, leaning against this rock. And you get the impression of a creature in pain, perhaps.
Can we It's probably too hard to tell from 200 feet away, but can we get a little closer, see if it doesn't notice us?
You can sure try, yes. So it sounds like you would like to try to make your way closer?
If the party agrees.
I'm really curious. I've never seen anything like that. Yeah, let's get closer.
Well, let's approach with caution. We don't know
yeah.
what this is, so quietly. If you can manage.
Sounds like we need a group stealth check here, guys. So this will be blind check. I'll ask everybody to make a stealth check.
This is blind. Should we drag our tokens?
You can. Yep, that'll work.
Oh, I don't think I had my token selected. Is that okay? Can you still take it, or do I need to reroll?
Let me double check. I did not get one from you, Kat.
Okay, I will try again.
That's right. We can just use blind check from the macro menu. I'm always the last to figure this stuff out.
Well, I thought we needed to have the token selected. My bad.
Actually, I thought so too. So maybe I need to look into that one too. All right, so you guys start trying to make your way quietly up this area. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out so well for you, as you're approaching and getting a bit closer here, you get to this kind of like outcropping of rocks, and you're trying to peer over the area of water to spot this creature. But as you're within, maybe 100 feet or so, it looks pretty obvious that he has spotted you, as you see his head raises as he looks in your direction.
We're closer. Do we have a better impression of what he is, or can we still just make out that he's humanoid?
I would say you could probably make out a little bit better. I'm actually going to move you guys to a different map.
Hey, Adam, moving forward mechanically, what if I wanted to use inspiration on that? I don't want to now, but if I heard that we failed, could I have said, okay, let me use inspiration and retry that? What's your thoughts?
Nope. I would say if you want to use inspiration on that kind of a check, you would just say I'm using inspiration before you roll, and then I'll just take the better of the two.
Okay.
So, yes, as you spot this creature off in the distance, it is large, and you can see it is certainly humanoid in shape. I would say from this distance, you get kind of maybe impressions of an orcish or other kind of bestial humanoid.
I'm gonna put my hands up in the air and like not trying to seem intimidating or anything, and I'm just gonna kind of try to advance to like right here and just shout, "Are you hurt?"
Yes, don't get God.
That's a big boy.
He's quite large, yes, but he's injured and. Okay, let's move a little closer. We can help you if you want it.
And you notice he takes like this meaty palm off of his torso, and as he pulls it away, you can spot even at this distance clearly some kind of a wound, and you see he shakes his head as he's looking towards you.
Are you saying I'm unable to fix that? Like I can't fix it?
I don't think he understands you. That's what I think. What do you think about that?
Well, I can heal him from here, guys. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, he's probably got beat up by that Matacore, the guy that you so aptly identified.
Adam, I'm going to yell in Goblin, because that's just a language that's out here, but I'm going to yell in Goblin.
Do you understand me? And do you need help?
And you notice he cocks his head as he looks. No, lizard, speak funny.
Looks like he understands common, at least.
Was that in... Yeah.
That was in Goblin, right?
Yeah, was it in common or goblin?
He is speaking in common.
So, what do you think, guys? Should I give him a little boost?
I need to ask him an important question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are there fish in this water?
Yes, I would love to cook some fresh fish tonight when we get back to the Stonehill Tavern.
And you see he cough, and you can see like some bloodish spittle kind of hits his chin as he looks in the water and says, don't know.
Oh, guys, he's hurting. Look at him.
Yeah, I'm gonna start walking around the perimeter of the pond here. What is your name?
And you notice his eyes open a bit wider as you're getting closer, and he says, no, don't get close.
Talon, wait. Let me gain his favor first. And I'm going to reach my hand up into the air and kind of, after plucking one of those mushrooms off my back, and you hear him cast his healing word spell, and he's going to send some of those dandelion healing words over his way. And I'm going to say right after, we don't want to fight, we only want to fish.
And you see he kind of looks down at his wound, looks at his hand a bit, and looks back towards you and says, you fish from other side. Don't get close.
Okay.
I can't ask him why we can't go over there.
Yeah, why can't we? Why can't we get any closer to you?
And you see he looks back towards his stomach and he says, come out, get you.
Can we ask what did that to you? We were attacked also by a dragon and a winged beast with barbs known as a manticore. Did one of those things get you?
And you actually see he starts to cry a bit as he puts his hand towards his face. If only big creature do this. No, Nagor get hurt by flower.
Flower, eh?
I'm gonna raise my hand up and kind of put my hand on Talhoon's shoulder and get a little closer and say, it's okay. You don't have to be embarrassed. You see my friend over there with the fishing pole? He was knocked out by a mushroom. And he's tiny. So big or small, it happens to anyone. You said your name was Nagor?
Nagor.
Nagor. I am Reggie. This is Talhoon and Bryn.
That's great and all, but Nagor not lived long enough to learn names of new people.
Nagor, I believe I have the cure for what ails you. Please, trust me.
Did you see the manticore? Did you see it flying?
No, no Cormanty!
What do you say, guys? I don't understand him.
Don't worry about it, Kartu. I've got it under control. Well, Reggie and I. Listen, and I'm gonna hold out a hand. We mean no harm. I believe I have what I can cure. I can cure you.
You see he looks towards you and looks back down towards his wound and says, you want to die? Get closer, I suppose.
And then I guess I'll get closer.
He sounds very insistent that we shouldn't do this. Are you sure?
Just wait for the tokens to lock and you'll know.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And
hands up,
heal him before he attacks us, though. I mean,
I'm
I want to
getting
see
my
a full
crossbow
fight.
ready. I don't trust this.
Fake locks the tokens, yeah.
I got you.
I'm also playing
Hands
my
up,
character.
Talhoon.
Right?
Hands up,
Yeah,
Talhoon.
yeah,
No,
and yeah, it might obviously, like, normally I have my sword out, but now it's sheathed, and I have both my hands out, and I'm walking up to him slowly. Nagor, the wound is in your belly, you said.
As you're getting closer, you notice he pulls this hand away, and you can see even through this light-fitting tunic that covers his body, you can see there's obviously this bloody wound, and you can also notice here, Talhoon, it almost looks like there's something wriggling underneath the shirt.
Oh, that's brutal.
How's it look, Talhoon? Do you need me to take a look?
It looks like,
Is it infected? Is it yellow, pussy?
parasitic.
What?
You got this one, Lance. We had the others.
I'm gonna I'm gonna get up 5 feet to him, and I'm gonna. Please, Nagor, lay down. I believe truly what I think can help you.
All right, you get up closer. You see Nagor here is leaning against this large rock as he looks down. And he looks towards you and he says, no, I don't lay. I must die with at least sitting. Should be standing, but can manage at least sit.
Okay. I'm gonna put 2 hands up towards his stomach, and I'm going to try to lay on hands 5 points to cure a disease or neutralize a poison.
I think you may have to pick one of those. I don't think both will occur. Which one would you like to try?
And cure 2 white, I have to use 3 points or 2 points on. All right. I'm gonna try to neutralize a poison.
All right, you burn these points trying to neutralize a poison, but unfortunately this seems to have no effect upon him. As you notice, he just kind of eyes you and you still see the slight wriggling underneath his tunic.
Does he look as if I was to grab the tunic and like kind of lift it to take a look?
Give me an insight check as you try to gauge what his current demeanor is. This would be a blind check.
That's what I was afraid of. Okay. Yeehaw, boys.
You get the impression that he is in tremendous pain at the moment, but he's sort of consigned to his own fate. So you don't think he would react aggressively to you pulling his tunic back.
All right, I'm going to do it.
All right, yes, and as you do, you can see a large wound here in his fatty stomach, and it actually almost looks like something is driving into his body. You can see these darkish, like petals, actually extending outward. Think of it almost as like the bottom of a squid, right, where 8 legs would come out. This is almost as if the squid's head has gone into his stomach, and these legs have bloomed outside of him, but you can see them wriggling as they're getting further and further in his stomach.
Oh, that's gnarly.
Yeah.
He's dead. This is gross.
Are you skilled, Tahun, in any kind of surgical procedures? Do you know what he's, what's close there, organ-wise?
Well, we're about to find out. I'm gonna hand him a torch, unlit torch. Bite this, and I'm gonna try to pry it out.
Wait.
If possible, that's what I want to do.
Let me inspect it though, because what if you pull it out and then it goes and then attaches to you? So just let me make sure you can pull it out and know what to do after.
As you're giving these wise words of caution and astute wisdom here, you notice Talhoun and his brazenness just ignores you and reaches forth, grabbing onto this tendrils. As you pull on them, Talhoun, you actually hear them snap as you pull very strongly. Looking at your hands, you have these like 8 like petals in your hand now as you have broken them off of whatever they were connected to. You can see this wound still in the body that is circular, and you can see this opening, but it's very narrow. You have gotten rid of these legs, but whatever was connected to, unfortunately, is in the stomach.
Are those petals... are they limp on my hand? Like,
yes.
Can I shake them off? Or,
they don't look like they're trying to get you or anything. They're not active in any way.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I'm just gonna...
That was disgusting.
I apologize, Reggie. I want to get him saved. He could be... Look at him.
Okay, no, I applaud your gusto. And, I mean... what a story for a tavern, but you said it looks like something burrowed into him, yes?
Perhaps we should cut it out.
Well, stupid turtle talk with big words! Shut up!
Let me look, Nagor. Can I look?
Nagor looks towards you and kind of looks back down towards his wound and looks at you once again and just kind of, again, you get the impression that he's not really too concerned at this point.
Alright, so I'm gonna approach, and then I want to see if I can make a medicine check. Is it, hearing parasitic, and then, hearing what he just described, and then I'm sure witnessing some gross stuff. Do I think that I could probably remove whatever it is if I try?
You can certainly make a medicine check to try to determine that. Side question, do you happen to be proficient in nature?
That's not my druid expertise,
Fair enough. So just a medicine blind check here. We'll see how much you know here.
Yeah, he's a researcher. Almost click medicine, so let me click my token and then blind check.
So yes, you can tell this is definitely some type of an invasive wound based on the description that Talhoun provided to you. You imagine this creature has something that is burrowed inside of it. As far as trying to extract it, you think you're at the surgery level, short of any kind of magic.
Well, Nagor, two things. First thing is a bit of a bad news. There is something inside you, yes. Good news, we could probably get it out, but it might kill you. So, your choice.
And you see he, again, looks down towards his wound, and he looks towards you, and he says, "How? What are you going to do?"
I look over at Talhoun and I say, well, my friend here will make an incision, and I will attempt to pull it out.
Like I said, bite the torch.
And you see he bites the top of the torch, just chews off a big chunk of it, and says, "How's this supposed to help?"
And Talhoun kind of gives this cocky looking smirk, like, I am better than you.
Is that approval though, Nagor?
And you see he looks back down to his wound and he says, yeah, okay, try. I can feel it.
Okay. Talhoun, you want to come and cut for me, and we'll have to move fast. You cut, I pull.
Yep. All I have is the great sword, so I will try to.
As he goes to do that, I just hand him a small knife,
Yeah.
Small incision with a fucking
surgeon on duty.
Great sword's got to be 4 feet away,
Cut them in half, heal the halves together. That's what the plan is.
All right, real quick, Talhoun. So just to get our plan straight between you and I, you're going to just do a small incision on where we feel like it's at, and we're going to try to yank it out.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're on the same wavelength, because this is gross.
Yeah. And if things go awry, I will have my sword ready.
I assume by ready you mean it's at your feet.
Yes.
All right, fair enough. All right, so you take this small knife from Reggie here, and you attempt to cut a bit of an incision into Nagor's stomach here. So I'll scoot you up. Go ahead and give me Are you proficient in medicine?
No.
I guess it won't matter. Just click on your token, do blind check, and I will take what comes up.
No.
All right, so you're trying to draw this narrow cut. And Reggie, somewhat surprisingly, it looks like Talhoun's hands are quite steady here as he very carefully cuts this line down in the stomach of this creature and kind of opens it up in a bit of a two-stroke cut, splitting it open here. And yeah, you can just make out this creature inside of this other creature, right? You imagine almost like, again, the head of a squid that seems to be burrowing further in.
Okay, so I'm going to use my claws, and I'm going to try to snatch it and pull it very quickly and yank it out.
All right, go ahead and roll me a d4. This is how much damage you deal to Nagor as you are trying to extract this with your claws getting into him. And then give me a blind check. This will be sleight of hand.
My heart is racing.
All right, you deftly get your claws right in there, and somehow on each of your claws you lock onto this thing perfectly, and you're able to feel that it's not able to get any further in him, and you slowly work at extracting it. It's almost like wiggling it back and forth until eventually it pops out. And once it does, you notice almost like a black rose. And you can see the front of it right where you would expect to see kind of the center of all of the petals. There's kind of almost like a tiny, it looks to you, I would suppose, like a mushroom cap. It's very small though, less than an inch in size, and it looks to be bright yellow in color.
Is it once I extract it, does it still seem to be live in any way?
As you look at it, you don't think it ever was live. You can't imagine this thing ever moving before. It literally looks like the top of a rose, like I say. And as you look at it, you see no movement from it, nothing.
I look at Nagor and say, whew. Well,
you see he looks down at it and it kind of feels like his stomach a little bit and looks back at you and goes, I think you got it. I don't feel it.
I'm gonna step back from him so the flower doesn't get any ideas and say, I think I did get it. Talhoun, what a cut.
Yes, pin it down, and I'm gonna grab my sword and cut it in half.
No.
Well, that's my intentions, at least.
Talhoun, give me an attack roll as you try to swipe it in half right out of Reggie's hand. As
No, I don't want. I'm saying that's my intentions.
All right, as you go to make the attack, you're like, oh, that's probably not a good idea, and you hesitate in doing so.
Yeah, thank you, Adam.
Shake it like a noodle and say, I don't think it's a threat anymore now that we've gotten it out.
You notice Nagor here quickly stands and actually takes a step, like trying to move about his body, and you see kind of like shakes his legs and starts massaging with his arms and feeling his stomach, and looks back at you and says, okay, good, yes, Nagor, much better.
Well, that's great to hear, Nagor. You know, I'm ashamed. I don't know what you are. Are you like a form of orc, maybe? I don't mean to offend, so please don't take it that way.
And you see he kind of looks towards you and says, Nagor mom was orc, but dad was ogre.
Oh, I'm quite curious. Is your family nearby?
No, travel. Try to get to far away place. Yes.
Why are you trying to get to far away place? Is it the dragon?
No, what dragon?
Well, there's a dragon in the area, Nagor.
Oh, that's not another reason Nagor should be going.
I'm happy you seem spry on your feet.
Yes, I will try not to eat turtle eggs anymore. And with this, you see he turns and starts slowly trundling out.
Really? That's it?
I think so.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
What do you mean? We got it.
We saved somebody.
Perhaps throw away the parasites? Or deal with it or something?
I will probably research this, and I'm going to stash it in my bag, Adam.
All right, fair enough. So with this encounter completed and this strange flower acquired and stored away, is you guys' intention to make your way back to Phandalin?
I dropped a line in the pond.
Let's see. Give me a survival check, so blind check, and we'll see how well you do with your new fishing tackle. As you try to cast this out, it's almost like it gets caught up. You almost catch Kurtu with your hook a couple times, and Kurtu, you get the impression this guy is not really good at fishing. He's kind of like waving it all around in different directions and kind of lassoing it around, trying to get it. Yeah, not having much luck at all, Finn.
Kurtu, where are you going? I always wanted to fish. I've always just cooked fish. They always hand it to me. I want to catch one from a pond.
I think the trick of fishing is to put the line in the water, not on Kurtu.
Oh, Kurtu, I'm sorry. Let me get that out of your ear. Well, I need more practice.
Oh,
Okay.
get away from me! I don't trust you anymore.
Oh,
You roll lower than I do.
I lost my friend. Okay, well you can just have the hook in your ear then. Okay.
We'll teach you to fish later.
Okay, all right.
This is to our interest, Kurtu.
Next time, just use Mage Hand.
All right, so you guys wrapping this up, make your way back to Phandalin then, and are able to get there without too much other difficulty. A couple extra hours of travel, but eventually, yeah, you do make your way back to the town. As you arrive, you'll be probably back here on the south side of town. Based on the fact that we're near the end of our session time here, I will just kind of speed this up a little bit. You guys head over to the Townmaster's Hall, turn that document in with the apothecary's signature on it and explanation, and he is happy to hand over 25 gold pieces to you in the same manner as before, handing it through a little slot here in the door. Again, you only really spot his eyes. You realize you have a single job board quest left to your desires here, and you can see there's nothing new quite yet has been posted, but yeah, you've got that one last one left. I imagine you guys will spend some time here today resting and relaxing and you know, maybe telling some of these stories, updating notebooks, all that sort of thing. And you guys will actually level up again, so level 3 as we get back next week, guys.
Woohoo!
Yay!
Whoop, whoop.
It was a good session. That was 3 different encounters there.
Yeah, great session, Adam. Thank you.
Yes, big variety. Hope everybody enjoyed it. So yeah, level up. If anybody has questions on their level up, just let me know. We'll get any answers to questions you guys have. But other than that, we will see you guys next week and continue the adventure there.
Hey guys, we're gonna divide 25 by 6, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the
Well,
4
what about
each with one left over.
our gnome woman friend?
That's the one left over. 4 each, 1 left over.
She's not allowed. She's not a player character.
And don't forget, guys, to put your rolled HP or average HP in your new little area for Adam.
Hey, Dylan, I'm doing this little hand to my nose thing going.
Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Why don't
I'm
we
just
do
saying,
that?
man. I was just trying to
The
remind you
DM
guys.
Adam wants us to do this.
You cursed my HP roll with that. Thanks.
And on that really awesome note, that is where we'll go ahead and end the session for tonight. So yeah, everybody have a great night. We'll see you guys next week. And yeah, we'll continue the adventure there.
Good night, guys.